Live.
We are live.
What's up, Serge? How are you? Good to see you.
I'm pretty good.
Even though I've seen you for the past 10 minutes before you went live.
Yeah, we're just a great start.
Yeah, news. Yeah.
News.
All right, Serge. We got a lot. I mean, there's actually a decent bit of news that's come out. I actually quickly, just before we do start, I want to see again. This is just the automated one. I want to see what it'll look. All right, perfect. So when we bring a comment up, it'll look regular. So we got some quarterback competition. We just saw Bridgewater is named quarterback one. As always, guys, if you are new to the stream, this is an NFL Q&A. Really, anything. It is based by the chat. We just go live and we just talk about the NFL. It is me and Surge's passion. We love talking about it. And when we already 3 people in here, when we get to talk to you guys about it, it makes it so much better. So any questions you guys have, anything like that, that would mean. What's up, Soma Lama?
Hello.
What's up? I'm not saying you're not. Again, we had several people who are, but what's up? It's good to see you, man. Thank you for joining. I don't recognize you, so that's the only reason why I'm a bit cautious because we have some of our friends who come and pretend to be someone else. But I do apologize if you're just an actual NFL fan. Any NFL questions, feel free, man. This is literally based on you guys. It's like a conversation. It's just I'm Sam.
Oh, what's up?
Do you know him?
Yeah, Sam, like who edited our video.
No, that's not Sam. I don't think. If it is, let us know. What's up, Sam? Again, we shouldn't really be asking because like you're in our stream. We always like to know at least where you found us from. But if you don't feel comfortable telling us, no worries. But Serge, take it off. I'm just gonna let people know we're live right now so we can get a couple more people. But Serge, take it off. Maybe Sam has a question.
Since we haven't had any questions asked, by the way, anyone in the chat, feel free to ask any questions. That's how we base this off. But we've had a few big news stories in the NFL as of today. As it was known today, that Teddy Bridgewater will be the starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos, which I think interesting considering I thought Drew Lock would although Teddy Bridgewater obviously is like the most average quarterback, I still thought Drew Lock would be able to beat him out considering he's younger and probably the Broncos thought he was the face of the franchise earlier. So I think it's interesting that Teddy did win the battle. Oh, what's up, Sam? Oh, yeah, I know you. Sorry. Yeah. What's up, man?
Wait, so
I see you. Yeah, he's my neighbor. He's like,
okay.
Down.
Is he on he's not in our grade?
No, not in our grade. He's younger.
Oh, okay. What's up, Sam? Good to see you, man.
I think it's very interesting. Teddy Bridgewater is now the starting.
Yeah. And
Broncos.
What do you honestly think about it? Who would you start?
I would start Drew Lock because he's younger. He's only in his 3rd year. He was drafted as second round to be the Broncos franchise quarterback. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's the end of the world that they're starting Teddy. I could still see Drew Lock getting some playing time this season. Getting that Teddy, you know what we're going to get out of him. But if you're looking for someone with a higher ceiling like a Drew Lock, then maybe they go with him later on in the season. But I think Teddy Bridgewater very interesting. I was kind of surprised, a bit caught off guard, but you shouldn't be. When someone brings in Teddy Bridgewater, he's definitely going to at least contend for the starting role. I
mean, well, yeah, because the Chiefs and Packers aren't bringing Teddy Bridgewater.
No, yeah. Well, like, every team that brings in Teddy Bridgewater is a team, someone that's trying to like bring into quarterback competition for someone who's on the hot seat. So I'm not surprised that he did. I mean, I am surprised, but it's just I thought Drew Lock would win it, but I'm not surprised that Teddy did definitely compete and probably deserved to win the battle. Obviously, as Drew Lock didn't have the greatest season, but I thought it was interesting.
To me, in terms of, I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like if you want to win games, you'll go with Teddy Bridgewater.
I agree.
What did Teddy Bridgewater do with the Saints with a good receiver, a good running back? We're hoping in Javonte. Again, the situation it's different. A better offensive line, I would argue. Although, Broncos have pieces.
I think I remember when he was with the Saints, he went like 5-0 or something. Michael Thomas.
But that was when Michael Thomas was like, that was his year. That was the year he was fantastic. That was the year he was receiving leader, right?
Yeah.
In terms of yards, which was 2 years ago.
Exactly. Now he's kind of.
But as always, we'll have some guests coming in. And Serge, Mike's coming in. You know that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he'll be. I don't know if I think you'll recognize him. I've done stuff with him. I'm not sure if you have. Again, Chargers fan, really. Warzone Sports Network. The guy, the network I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's the head of it. He was one of the founders of it. Really, really great guy.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, but Serge, in terms of, okay, so this is actually a good question. Do you see Winston having that effect that Bridgewater had? Like, do you see them kind of being relatable quarterbacks, or is that just me?
I think the team in New Orleans is a bit worse now than it was under Bridgewater. But Winston apparently has looked very good. He looks solid in his preseason debut. He didn't had. I saw a
Film
stat
study.
that,
I did
like,
one. Go check it out.
He did do film study, and I think some stat that said like he was had 0 turnover worthy plays according to PFF, which is always a bit of let's say, but
PFF, if you see this and you need young NFL analysts, you have a fantastic page, and like we really
if you
love
need to
it.
events at the Youth Academy.
Yeah. Exactly.
Precisely.
Exactly.
If you need to scout the young ones.
Yeah, but as always, guys, any NFL question, I will actually pull up the tag right now. Serge, how do you feel about how do you feel about your first couple film analysis? I got ripped apart for one. We know that.
I honestly didn't think mine were.
Yours weren't as much. I wouldn't say not as in depth as mine, but you it was more reactions.
Yeah, I wasn't. That's why I called my player analysis instead of film analysis. It's
yeah.
More
yeah, right. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought it was. I thought it wasn't amazing, but I was a lot more vague, so I thought it was okay.
Yeah. Right. Good point.
Very good point. Which is obviously not a good thing when you're saying this live. People's like, yeah, you want to be vague as a sports analyst.
I'm just trying to think what. Yeah, I mean, so what are the other? I was actually gonna do a video. Jimmy Garoppolo looks like he lost all of his confidence. Ooh. He looked terrible, and people are saying Trey Lance isn't ready to play. I don't think Garoppolo's ready to play. Like, he looked really bad.
I mean, Kyle Shanahan already said, I think, that Jimmy G is their starter, and I think he will be at the start. I can see Trey coming in as early as barring injury, week 5. I think he will come in at some point this season. It's just a matter not of if, but when.
Yeah.
I think Jimmy G will start the season, though, despite how he's playing, because I think he's the guy that they brought in for a lot of money. They signed to the huge extension. He's the guy that they said originally. I think it'd be weird to backtrack at this point unless Garoppolo continues with horrible practices. Then I can't see them not starting Garoppolo, at least for the start of the season.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good point. Again, I feel like Fields, to me right now, I do not see Andy Dalton outplaying him. I think right now Fields is already outplaying Dalton, but I don't see Dalton playing more. I don't see Dalton playing more than half a game in week 1.
Wow.
Well, no, he'll go in more, but I'm saying having that starting role. I mean, again, I know, and I'm very jumpy at this. Yeah, he's a rookie, and Fields obviously has mistakes in his decision making. But you look at that game against the Dolphins. You look at that game. Who's the team they just recently played?
They played the.
Why am I forgetting?
It wasn't the Texans. Who was it?
It was.
They were getting absolutely killed. I remember.
Oh, the Bills.
It was the Bills?
Yes, it was the Bills because Trubisky returned to Chicago.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
They were getting killed that game. And
I'm just gonna
Dalton got booed during that game, but then he threw an absolute.
Yeah, no, because they were all chanting Fields' name.
Yeah, but Andy actually had a solid performance. I think he'll start. Probably. Yeah. I think Lance actually gets in there before Fields.
Sorry, what did you say?
I think Lance gets in there before Fields, as a starter.
Really?
I do think so, because I obviously at first thought Fields, but now I think Lance, because of the fact that I think Andy Dalton's a much more reliable, solid starting quarterback, and I think obviously Fields will get in there at some point this season. But I think Lance, the pressure's on him, pressure's on a lot more. San Francisco really probably want to contend soon, and they probably feel like they have a better chance with a rookie than Jimmy Garoppolo. So I would say Lance. I think Lance starts first, and then I think Fields goes.
Sorry, I'm just having a little bit of trouble. I think I sent it to the wrong email, so I'm gonna send it to Dylan's, and then I'm going to send it to. Again, guys, we do have some guests. That's the only reason why the show picks up. Everyone, it always does. It always starts slow.
It's always like a slow, grinding start, and then and then it gets to the flow, and then it's pretty good.
You know, it makes it better when we get questions.
Oh yeah, we need questions. Just one question could spark it all. Exactly.
Don't worry. We'll wait a little bit. Again, any questions? As always, as we have been saying, like this is driven on you guys. So any questions you have? Again, we'll have 4 people in here soon. I believe Dylan will be joining, and then obviously Sean Michaels, or better known as Mike on the mic. Yeah, I mean, I think right now people, I don't know. I think school started and stuff. So yeah, that's crazy. School has started for some people. I know my cousins in North Carolina started. Oh God.
Yikes.
I can't think about going to school like now.
Same.
We have the 5-day break, so the channel will at least be pretty high maintenance until. I mean, so you're just talking about.
Kian, down there, I can hear you. Okay, try on muting. I can't hear you.
Right now?
Yeah, it's good. Now it's good.
Okay, one second.
There you go.
There we go. I'm back. I can hear you, sir. Again, it's a rough start. It's they always start rough.
We always start this. Again, any questions, just ask below.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The streams have definitely been slow lately.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what happens if we do a chat overlay. Yeah, I don't know why it still doesn't show it. It's weird. What else is there, Serge? Zach Wilson looked fantastic. Again, Serge, you know what All 22 film is, right?
Yeah, I do. And
I'm wondering. I want to get Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
Can you buy it from?
Bruh.
Serge, how's the new Mac? It's not slow.
No, it's good.
What else? I'm trying to think of other storylines. So quarterback competition, or Bridgewater gets it.
Mac Jones.
PJ Walker looked fantastic. Not fantastic, but he looked really good. His Colts tape, a lot of people are saying he could go in for Darnold, like mid-season.
I think Darnold will start.
Yeah, well, Darnold will obviously start. I mean, you're not going to trade.
I don't know. It depends on how he performs. Because if we see the same Darnold that we saw in the Jets, Carolina won't tolerate that. So it'll be interesting. But Darnold definitely isn't like.
Darnold's definitely a starter. I'm not going to argue that Darnold isn't a starter. It's the question is,
can PJ Walker somehow make it?
It's not even that, because if Darnold is whatever, that's like, it's so hard because again, no one's been talking about Sam Darnold as the Carolina Panthers quarterback. Like no one has been talking about that as like because we did our Panthers analysis. Who did that with him? It was you, Serge.
Yeah,
it was you. It was me and you.
Yeah, we didn't talk about at all. This PJ Walker, but
PJ Walker, obviously, who knows? Again, Colts talk, really good flick of his wrist, very obviously, really, really good rushing outside. Again, you would like to see him tuck it and run a little bit more. When I was again, sir, some of you should watch Tim Jenkins. I think he's used to be a quarterback, and he has the level of knowledge that you can only be a player or coach to have. Like you're not just gonna like. There's no way I can just look like he can look and like tell.
Wow. I mean, I hope to. So not like that good, but like.
I'd say we've started off all right. I'd say it's good that we didn't like start the channel and then do film analysis, because that would be very bad. We've waited a year, so I think it's fair.
That's
we've waited our due time and then we've did it. So the pros come with a little bit of cons, because I was like, wow, I'm getting a lot of support on both of my film analysis and the 2-1, and it wasn't even bad. Like I feel like when film analysis do better, it's great for you, but there's more criticism that come in. I was looking at like our Washington. I was somehow getting criticism for our Washington football team new names. Like some guy said like, I don't understand the concept of a name. And I'm like, what does that even mean? It's a name.
Well, I don't think that's criticism for you. At least I don't think so.
Sure, isn't it? Okay. So,
Sick.
Um,
Wow, we are just
Yeah,
straying.
it's all right. Once Mike and Dylan get in here, it'll be a lot
Yeah,
better.
exactly.
Yeah.
We just about getting it started. So
Exactly.
just looking at the QB battle. So I saw one thing that some people, the Patriots front office, believe that Mac Jones has won the starting job
I think he
or
did.
will win. I think that'd be interesting because like his performance against the Giants was 21 for 26.
And this is in practice, a joint practice.
11, joint practice. He was 11 on 11. He was 21 for 26 against the Giants' first team defense,
Which is very good.
That's incredible.
No, but the Giants' defense is very good.
Exactly.
Probably top 3.
No.
I'm joking.
But apparently it's decent.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he was 21 for 26 for 11 on 11s. He was 13 for 14 for 7 on 7s.
Jeez.
He was 34 for 40 overall for an 85% completion percentage. I think he should. I think why not?
I mean, at the end of the day, Cam Newton's not getting those numbers in game, so.
Yeah, he looked okay though during preseason, but Mac Jones also.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an interesting battle.
Mm.
I'm very excited to see how Mac does against New York.
Serge, Leatherwood. Did I tell you this? Did I talk to you about this?
Yeah, Leatherwood looks really
Leatherwood
good
looks
also.
good, and Penei Sewell again preseason does not.
Ooh.
Rousseau was, I wouldn't say dominating. That's not the right word, Rousseau, because we know how long his arms were. Like he just was like this, and Sewell just couldn't get his hands on him. What was the other game? But
Rousseau
like
went to
Leatherwood's
the
like
Bills,
play
right?
recognition was really good. Like you saw like they were basically doing where they were pressuring. They were basically having an edge rusher blitz, so the line had to shift. So you had to move down a man. And what he did really well is he like shifted outside of the guard. Like he noticed that the guard was getting his guy, and he had to shift over. And it was like he basically protected the quarterback from getting hit.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen too much. I don't know if Tevin Jenkins is injured. Vera Tucker hasn't played in preseason yet, if I'm not right. Vinny Curry's now out for the rest of the season, also for the Jets.
Some blood issue.
Oh, that's bad.
We are getting absolutely hammered by.
Yeah, the Jets might be very bad.
I don't think very bad, but still,
if your defense is defense basically now is what it was last year
with CJ Mosley.
Yeah, one linebacker.
With Sheldon Rankins, with LaMarcus Joyner.
Sheldon Rankins, we don't know about week 1. LaMarcus Joyner is not that good.
What are you talking about? Come on.
What do you mean? What am I talking about, Serge? LaMarcus Joyner left the Rams and hasn't done anything. LaMarcus Joyner, unless he has been surrounded by defensive pieces like he was in the Rams, was terrible. The Raiders, he wasn't good, and the Jets have the worst defense he's going to go to since, he's been taking step downs. It was Rams, Raiders.
No, we have a better defense than the Raiders.
No, you don't
understand how bad the defense of the Raiders.
I mean, it's both. They're both very bad. You don't have Serge. The Jets don't have a cornerback.
Yes, correct. But I'm saying
I am actually. How have they not addressed that? I mean, Serge, what are they going to do against the Dolphins or the Bills?
I mean,
what are they going to do against Jalen Waddle, Will Fuller? What's up, CBU football? Good to see you, man.
Feel free to ask any questions about
college football as well. I can give you as much insight. I'm much better at the drafted players, but Serge knows nothing. Serge is bad at college football, so he doesn't know much. I'm joking.
Nice.
Serge knows more than me.
Also, I don't know much right now.
Right now, I'm a very, very avid draft follower throughout the year. Again, like Serge, something we have to talk about, like the quarterback class. It's just, yeah. Again, CBU, any questions you have, do as always make sure to comment them, and it will be answered. Or if you just want to just sit and chat.
Okay. Guys, Dylan will be on like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm not sure when. We'll see. We got him coming. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, just gonna take time.
I'm trying to think, like, what? God, it's just the preseason. I would say is quite barren.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean?
That's not the right word. Like. So season starts in how many days? Starts in the 10th, right?
15 days.
I think Ross could be the best wide up in this class. It's not a bad take. I think the injuries coming off of is pretty severe, so that might.
Justin Ross.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I don't
that's
know.
a-
I think Olave and Wilson are both fantastic. Olave cannot break a tackle. Wilson can, but isn't very good over the top. So
it was medically cleared to play. That's really good.
So
to
what was
see.
his injury? It was spine, right?
It was spinal. I think some people thought he would never play again.
Yeah,
which is why
right.
it's like very.
I mean, he's number one receiver, but who's the quarterback? Who's the Ugalavogalai? I don't even know.
Yeah. He's gonna be like him and Bryce Young are gonna be like the two best quarterbacks in the 2023 class.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah.
I
mean, this is
not,
great.
but one good.
That's the
Yeah, so that's what like
is
is his back brittle right now, or is he? I mean, he was fantastic.
He was medically cleared to play 3 weeks ago, and he was probably gonna be like last year before his spinal injury. Him and Jamar Chase were the two guys in the conversation for number one receiver in the class.
And Jamar Chase again isn't looking good either. Like the top picks aren't looking great. Like at the end of the day, and it might be crazy to say
it is preseason. It's
I know.
camp,
I could be saying this so early, but the Bengals may have missed out on like getting Leatherwood if he's fantastic, which is crazy to say.
The 5th overall pick, no.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I mean, Serge, he could end up being the best offensive lineman from this class.
No, he could be, but I'm saying, one, it's preseason, and two, if they took it, then he was never in the conversation. It's similar to like when a lot of people say, "Oh, the Bears should have taken Mahomes over Trubisky," which obviously in hindsight they should have.
But when you look back.
But at the time, everyone thought Mahomes at 10 was a reach.
Yeah.
So I think Leatherwood would have been a very.
That's what happens when Matt Nagy is your coach.
Yeah. Although again, he's had to deal with inept quarterback play, so.
His fault.
Well, more. Ryan
Signing
Pace.
Andy Dalton doesn't help that. Signing Nick Foles doesn't help that.
Well, that was on Ryan Pace more than the GM.
Yeah, but Ryan Pace is like a good right tackle, so it's not like it matters much.
No, he's the GM.
Yeah, I'm joking. You think Ryan Pace is a right tackle? Tevin Jenkins is he injured? Because we haven't seen again. Me and Serge, I've said we are not the biggest offensive lineman analysts. When did I say? Was that a video? Yeah, that was on the Moten.
Yeah.
Right, because the Panthers was the last one we did. I feel like that one was old. Sam, you have Howell at 1. I have Howell on my big board. Let me check.
Ooh.
5 people in here, guys. Any questions you do have, do make sure to answer or ask them down below.
Right now, Kia, you should ask Kian about that. Right now, I'm not an expert on the quarterback rankings. Like, I know.
Oh no, for me, here's my big board for my top 10 players. I have Rattler, Stingley, Thibodeau, Evan Neal, Hamilton. Then I have Malik Liberty. Oh my God, I put Malik Liberty. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, Malik Liberty.
From Liberty. Wait.
Yeah, I know. Not Malik. It's Malik Willis, and I put Malik Liberty on the Instagram post by accident. But then I have Malik Willis, Kyer El. It's a good, very top-heavy cornerback class with Stingley and Elam in the top 7. Then I have Garrett Wilson, wide receiver. Then I have DeMarvin Leal, who is listed as a tackle, but if you look at his films, definitely an edge. And then Chris Olave. But Hamilton, this defensive class in terms of talent, in terms of talent, I think Stingley's the most talented player in this draft. I think Hamilton follows behind as a safety, which is incredible. I mean, you in the past 2 years, we have not seen a top 5 type pick safety. You have to be a different type of good, incredible in coverage, really good tackler, lengthy guy from Notre Dame. We know Notre Dame I don't know what I was going with there when I said Notre Dame I just feel I don't know. Oh, what's up, Brandon, Looney Tunes fan? What's up, man? Good to see you. Thank you. Great to see you new. Let us any questions you have about NFL or anything you definitely or draft. You are more than welcome to ask them down below. But
I would
see you. Welcome.
We're mainly experts about NFL.
Yeah, NFL or more. Who do you guys think fills out the? Oh, okay, sorry. So I put there you go.
Carson Strong is another one.
Yeah, Strong. Strong could be the standout guy again. I will as. No. When do we start doing our? Not January. We're pretty well. We know our draft by January. I'd say by October.
We have a basic a casual a basic understanding.
Yeah, Kayvon, Stingley, Hamilton, Neal. Yeah, I like that. I think Evan Neal is like Mekhi Becton will be 6'7", just a mauler in the run game, and pass game. Hamilton again. I actually did a scouting report with someone from Boomer Bust, and I just have not gotten around to editing it. And it's actually bad because it may have run out on Zoom, the film, which is really bad. I feel bad. I should actually probably do that. Thibodeau to me, I really like. I think Stingley is a Champ Bailey like corner, like we haven't seen one since that, or Jalen Ramsey.
Champ
yes,
Bailey, that's some comparison.
Yeah, I mean Sturridge. If we ever make merch, I will have Stingley and say he could be drafted as a freshman. Because I love corners. I say that a lot now. I've said that a lot now. I made them more popular now. So yeah, that's my thing. But yeah, I to extend my big board, I'm not sure. At 11, you could put Carson Strong. I'm trying to think what other players. I'm not very good at this. Again, like Slovis, who's the Mississippi quarterback's very good. I forgot his name. Carson. Not Mississippi. Yeah, Mississippi's.
Is it Mississippi State?
Yes, the red and yellow. Not red and yellow. Red and blue.
Red and blue is the Ole Miss.
Yeah, Ole Miss. Sorry. So is that Ole Miss is Mississippi?
Yes.
Mississippi State
is
where
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott came from. Cameron Dantzler. Yeah. But yeah, I agree. Howell to me reminds me of Baker Mayfield. And he also weirdly looks like him also. Yeah. Matt Corral. Matt Corral, not Matt.
Corral?
He kind of reminds me of Kyler Murray. He's pretty small but really quick and has a big arm. Again, all these quarterbacks now start going to draft have huge arms. But again, QB over mess. Travis Etienne. I love his name's Travis Etienne. Hey Travis Etienne, thanks I'm so sorry about your injury. We're really excited to see you next year.
Terrible thing.
Yes, Serge. What was out of nowhere? Out of nowhere, that injury. It said he'll be sidelined for future, or like he suffered a small injury. He'll be in the Saints game. He'll be sidelined for until he's cleared, and then out of nowhere out for the year. And Sony Michel was traded at like 7 a.m.
Don't worry, Travis. You can't have that negative attitude going into your rehab.
Yeah.
Come on. You got people behind you. You
got people behind you. You got us behind you.
Yeah.
You can always fly us out if you want us to interview you. If you just want
Yeah. So is he? I know it's freaking. I thought he was gonna have a really good season actually, but that also it's tough luck because I thought he was. I mean, he was definitely gonna be their best receiving back. I think Travis, and I think he'll be fine. Yeah. It's Liz Frank. It's it's kind of confused because I've heard of it a few times. I know I've heard of it a few times in sports, but I'm kind of confused. It's some sort of sprain. I don't know how it affects careers as a whole.
Who's your guys' Instagram guy? I am. I do.
Yeah.
Everything. All of the production is me. So our Instagram's run by me. I'm not sure. You're CBO football. You know that. What I post today? Oh yeah, our top 10 receivers. Oh, Serge, let me read them out to you. Adams, Hopkins, Diggs, Hill, Thomas, Allen, Robinson, Thielen, Evans, DK.
Thomas, that's
top 5.
Top 5.
Yes.
No.
Yes, he is, Serge.
He is not top 5.
He's easily top 5.
He had a really good season and it's really kind of dropped off and is a bit more inconsistent.
Because he didn't play at all last season.
Yeah, I know, but in the games that he did play, was he really even that effective?
Yeah, because he was still injured. He was injured the entire season.
Yeah, he was injured the entire season, but still, he didn't. He
exactly.
Was out for so long that
it's
hard to put him here at top 5 when he hasn't had not every season. He's not at a Julio level where he plays well every single season.
Well, Julio's overrated.
I'm not saying well as a career, no, but
I think. Yeah, no, not as a career. Obviously, Julio's fantastic.
Can I get some reason?
Yes, you can.
Picks? Okay, so you have Adam.
No. Well, you ask us what you don't agree with, and then I'll tell you.
So wait, list your top 10 again, though. You should put it. List your top 10 again.
What do you mean my top 10? It's our Instagram.
The top 10 list that I'll post on the Instagram.
You should make a top 10 list.
I should. I probably could right now.
Well, no, just just make the design. Just send it to me, and I can post it.
Will do. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it today. Will we post it tonight?
No. All right. Yeah. Just tell me any of the ones, and I'll tell you which ones.
Why no?
Why no AJ and no Julio? Julio
I
to
think
me.
AJ's fair.
Dylan,
I
all right,
think
I'm gonna add
AJ
Dylan in
's
for
fair.
this because this is exactly what I agree with. Some guy was arguing me saying Julio should
What's up,
be
Dylan?
top 3.
What's up,
Which is just-
guys?
So I saw Twitter.
Dylan,
saying
please
that
stop
Julio's
yelling.
#1.
Sorry about that.
No, I'm joking.
Yep.
I'm joking. No, Dylan, I was saying. So I don't know if you saw. So I posted our top 10 receivers,
Yep.
and I didn't put Julio. And some guy said put him at 3, and I'm like, there's just no
Nah.
chance. I'm just like, I said he's not top 12.
You see,
I'm not sure about not.
I
top
feel like I
12.
put a little bit too much hate on Julio because he's so historically dominant, and I feel like
Yeah, and I agree. And it's very hard to say that because we could easily get ripped apart if that were to go any sort of mainstream.
But that being said, he has no argument towards being top 3 based on the last.
Yeah,
two seasons.
yeah. That's AJ Brown. I probably would have put him above DK. I don't know. I tried to incorporate some of our takes. Charlie literally drools over DK Metcalf, so I feel like we had to put him up there.
I love the Adam Thielen rank, by the way.
Yeah, even though McLaurin's better than DK Metcalf, but we'll put DK there. Although I probably think AJ Brown's the best out of them 3.
I think AJ Brown's the best out of that class.
Which is I don't know. It's definitely a tougher one, but to Julio, to me, I just like Dylan. I actually think he will do nothing in Tennessee.
I mean, I don't want to say
Not nothing.
I feel like
Not
it's a
nothing. I think as analysts, we have a job to do to not be boring. And my take, and I'm not just saying that to just spark it. Like, I really think Julio, I'm not saying nothing. He'll get a couple touchdowns. I think week 1, he'll be really good and people will get hyped up. Then he'll be injured from like 2 to 5.
Yeah.
And then he'll play.
Travis Etienne.
I think
Adam
think
Thielen's
you
the most.
guys,
Dylan said this perfectly, and I'm sticking with it. Adam Thielen's is the smartest receiver in the NFL, and when you look at his tape, it just speaks for itself.
Yeah.
So I
I
think he
think
deserves top 10.
with Julio, you guys are disrespecting him a bit too much. Remember, he was still 7th in yards per game when he was healthy and in the game. And obviously, again, you can say if he's healthy, which he might not be healthy the full season. But when he's in there, I think he's definitely has a shout for top 10 receivers.
Yeah,
when
no.
he's
When
healthy.
Julio's healthy, Julio's a shot for top 5.
Yeah, but I feel like it's harsh to
Based on his
your
last
rank-
2 seasons, he's not top 10. But then if someone were to put him in top 10, it's like okay.
If Julio plays the full season, I think he will play like a top 10 receiver.
Yeah.
Okay,
Easily.
but he hasn't played a full
I don't
season.
know.
So you can't say that.
I don't know if he'll get 1,000 yards. Because I think AJ Brown will still be the #1 guy because he's younger and he's more accustomed to the system.
And he's better.
And he's better.
I mean,
These are my
I'm looking-
completely top 10.
Oh, Dylan, just so you know, we have another host. I don't know if you know Mike on the mic. He runs
on the
Warzone
mic, yeah,
Sports
yeah,
Network.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we talked to him in the chat. Never mind.
Also, we should look at Travis Etienne's comment. He said Adam Thielen at 8 might be a reach. I like.
Yeah, that's what I said. I just explained it. Smartest receiver in the league. That's what I will say to every.
He just, no matter what you think his
Yeah.
physical flaws
Sir, his
are,
touchdown, like we didn't notice, like and I got so much love in the comments of Instagram for that. Like I didn't get any hate for Thielen. I got a guy with Tyreek who's saying he's better than Diggs, and he actually, to be fair, the amount of people, especially Vikings fans, that go into our comments and just cannot take a opinion.
Oh my god.
The thing that enrages me the most is fans who cannot accept that they may be wrong or their player may not be the best.
I know.
He explained in a paragraph why he thinks Reek was there. He's not like, you're an idiot, blah, blah, blah. He gave him a paragraph and a ton of respect to him. And it just annoys me so much that fans are like, I am so one-sided that I can't see any other opinion. It angers me so much. And look who it is. Mike, how are you?
What's up? This is
Good to
cool. Restream?
Yeah, I always am just looking on YouTube, seeing how to make things better. You can add music and stuff, so decided to test it out. It's just going pretty well. But yeah, how are you, Mike? Good to see you.
Changing things
Doing good.
technically.
I'm good. How you guys?
Saw your Lamar Jackson film. Great stuff.
Oh, appreciate that. There's some people
Yeah.
who don't agree with you.
Oh man, you should. I did a 201 after the game. The comments.
Oh man, I had
guy.
to snap back on someone.
No. To be fair, I mean,
No,
at
he's
the end
right.
of-
But what right does he have to come into here and tell us what our demographics are?
Okay, yeah, that was the only point because he's like, look, I'm not a expert, like obviously, but it's like I'm fine with criticism. I literally say to people like anything you have, put in the comments. But the way like people are like slightly passive aggressive, it annoys me so much.
Yeah, like,
And like I can't. Yeah.
if you're gonna criticize someone and act like you're an expert, you should at least have a channel to prove it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Or a
Yeah.
point. Or a stance. Something. You know what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
what I get a lot on the film, especially the film videos. Those are pretty triggering videos because you're really, it's almost like you're taking the bread off the sandwich and looking what's in the inside. And sometimes it's not always a beautiful turkey sandwich. Sometimes crappy chicken salad or something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
People don't want to admit it. People don't want to accept it. So they come up with all these different reasons and they leave them there, but they don't want to like move from their stance at all.
Yeah.
When you just displayed it to them in the video, that discredits all their
Yeah,
points. The biggest
exactly.
thing with the Lamar Jackson thing is Lamar Jackson is my prediction for MVP this year.
Love
And
it.
I'm getting people
Love
in the
it.
comments
Love it.
saying that I'm just a hater that hates Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Because I said that he needs to improve his decision making and balancing out his run to pass game more.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Dylan right here will tell you why he loves Lamar Jackson, and we have had our arguments, and I'm not getting in a
Lamar
fight with a
Jackson
guest, but
I'm not even going to talk about his running because he's the best running quarterback.
duality. He's the best dual quarterback, and he
Listen,
can't
listen,
throw.
Can you let me talk?
Oh.
He is the best running quarterback in the NFL, and he's the best running quarterback. I never watched Michael Vick when he was on the Falcons, so I'm not going to compare them. But his arm is so clearly underrated. He threw the most touchdown passes in 2019. With the weapons he has, he's done relatively well compared to the average NFL quarterback because people who underrate his arm say he's an under-average NFL arm are just wrong. It's just statistically wrong. And then you add in his legs to that, and it's a top 5 quarterback. And if you want to say he's 6th or 7th, I'm not going to argue with you because there is stuff to be argued for. Tom Brady's a winner. Russell Wilson has been statistically better than him in the air. Deshaun Watson, if he plays, was the best passer in the league other than Mahomes. But for me, having the weapons on the ground and in the air, Lamar Jackson's just so dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, my whole argument to this is just his arm is, and I don't like to say it's. Look, at the end of the day, Lamar Jackson's fantastic, and I think the ability to run, like the ability for him to score points and make plays, the ability not having that arm is like, all right, you can, like, if Lamar Jackson had anything close to a top 5 like Mahomes or Rodgers like arm, he would be, I mean, unstoppable. Like, you couldn't stop that.
That easily best quarterback in the league.
I feel like we're going to see more of that coming into the season as he gets more comfortable with better receivers also.
Top 5
you guys know how I love Rashad Bateman. I think he's going to help him immensely. So that's,
as long as he stays healthy.
Yeah,
will they be available week 1 or no?
I'm not sure. I know.
So.
Yeah.
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
Someone, and this is a good point that you just brought up. Someone brought up to me off the Lamar Jackson film study. I was pointing out how sometimes he tends to try and go into that emergency run mode like way too early. He's receivers wide open down the field, or sometimes right in front of his face. I don't know if you checked out the video or not, but I showed a few examples where they're literally 5 yards away from him.
Yeah.
He's trying to avoid sack instead of just dumping it off to him. And someone pointed out to me, it might not be a lack of Lamar's decision making. It may be a lack of trust in his other weapons. So he thinks that he can do more on the ground than that receiver can do after he catches the ball, and that's
valid.
Problematic situation sometimes, and getting himself into second and long. But a lot of times when he did scramble around and take a sack and lose 5 yards, he had a 16-yard run on the next play. So it's like it does balance out, and I think top 10 is a lot. Like, if you have him outside the top 10, you are hating on him at this point.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I agree.
There are people that do it, though. There are still people that do it, and I think it's exclusively Steelers fans, but
there's a lot of them.
My dad's a Steelers fan. Just...
Yeah. There's, yeah. All right, Mike, I want to get your take. Half of the NFL's injured. It's actually starting to get concerning. Like, Sir is a Jets fan, and I don't understand. Yeah. I'm a Giants fan, so it's been, I mean, obviously it hasn't been as bad as Chargers fan. It's been nothing. Like, I don't think.
Don't jinx it, please.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have a wood desk. Knocked on it. We're good.
I just hope Derwin doesn't get injured again.
Miami's been relatively lucky as of now, but I'm not putting anything off. I'm very, very hesitant to say we're going to be injury free.
What's up, Chronicles of Christian?
I've heard that the Jets are really now looking for they're looking for an edge replacement, looking for trade options there, and I think it's very important because we're down so many. I think our edge rushers now are going to be Bryce Huff and I think Nathan Shepard.
Yeah,
and that's just John Franklin Myers, actually.
Because I heard the
Myers,
Chandler Jones kind of trade talk been thrown around. To me, it doesn't make sense. I think
enough cap space to trade for anyone that big of a name.
yes,
anymore.
they do, Dylan. If there's any team that does, it's the Jets.
No, the Jets spent a lot of their cap space on
We did.
Dylan. The Jets have $70 million next year and currently have
Yeah, but
$15 million.
That's for next year, though. They're not.
No, but they have $15 million this year, and they have to pay Chandler Jones next year if they were to trade for him.
That's why I'm saying they're not going to.
No, but Dylan, if they have money next year and they trade for someone this year and they have a lot of money next year and they're paying him next year.
Oh my God, my brain is broken. Okay.
No, because I believe his contract for this year is $15 million. I believe the Jets have 17 to 15. I'm not sure. I think Jets Central video on it, but I know they can. If there's a team that can trade for a pretty expensive edge rusher, it's the Jets.
For a second. You're right.
Yeah. Mike, any take on Herbert winning MVP? Dark horse?
Oh boy. Yeah, I do think that he has a chance at it just because the offense is going to be so explosive. Mike Williams' health determines on that. He came back to practice today. That's another thing the Chargers are doing good to avoid injuries. His last couple years, basically my whole life, I should say, I've noticed that we don't get any kind of this guy's resting from practice today news out. And maybe I'm completely wrong and they have been doing this, but this year I saw a list of 20 of our star players, our best players, hey, they're just getting a day off today. Just a health day. And I think that's pretty awesome to see.
Yeah.
And guys like Mike Williams, guys like Corey Linsley, guys like Derwin James, Keenan Allen have all been a part of that rotation, whatever they're doing to try and keep these guys healthy through the offseason. Because the worst thing in the world is for someone to get hurt in the offseason.
Yeah, exactly.
Injuries are going to happen during the regular season, but the most crushing thing for me is injuries during the offseason. So, Austin, I see Travis Etienne's in the chat asking about CEH. Get well soon, Travis.
Yeah, I know. That's what you're saying. We have a weird amount of NFL, people who are just named an NFL player, Keenan Allen. Yeah, Keenan Allen was one.
Travis Etienne.
Drew Brees is on ours.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so I'd like to answer your thoughts on
Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's an interesting player. I'd like so many differing opinions on him.
All right, so I really, really like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, actually. And I don't know, most opinions on him are exclusively about fantasy production, which obviously was not the first round pick. But I really like how he runs the ball. He runs aggressively. It's very hard to tackle him, especially thinking about how small he is stature-wise. I love how shifty he is. I love how hard he is to tackle. And I think if they give him the ball more, it'll give not only Mahomes and Hill a rest, it'll give him a lot more yardage.
Yeah.
I think he could be a very, very good piece to the Chiefs offense, but I can never see him being that critical piece, one of the stars. And I think there are a lot of other running backs in this class, like a DeAndre Swift or a Jonathan Taylor, that can potentially be stars in the future.
I think that Edwards-Helaire is better than DeAndre Swift.
I mean, I think we saw Edwards-Helaire in that first game against the Texans, and we were like, God damn it, the Chiefs got another fantastic player, and then he wasn't that good.
They stopped giving him the ball.
That was something we saw a lot in the NFL last season. Things were going really good for teams, and then they stopped. Like Russell Wilson all of a sudden having to hand the ball off a ton, and then they were terrible. We saw a lot of just not smart things, and for Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I think it definitely depends on, obviously, for any running back, how much volume they get. But yeah, not much.
To me, he's just another Chiefs running back, man. They get those guys almost on repeat. We saw Damian Williams doing it. We saw 3 different guys named Williams.
Yeah.
CEH doing. I think CEH is like those guys, but just a little bit better than those guys. Maybe a little faster, a little stronger, younger, a lot less mileage on his leg. So they're going to use and abuse him, but it's going to be similar to the way those guys were used.
I think he has a lot more longevity than most of the running backs, even in that draft class, because it looks like I've just said it before, but it's impossible to tackle him. You saw him in the Super Bowl even, and they played a terrible game, but every time he got the ball, it shifted field position. So I really like when they give him the ball.
Yeah.
I think, though, with what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, one of the interesting things about him is that even though obviously he was the first running back taken overall in the draft, he seems to be one of the guys who's also getting one of the least production, which is really interesting. Which is also interesting. Obviously, you do have guys like Taylor who've been getting who have been getting a lot of touches. Swift, who's been getting a lot of touches. Even Gibson, who's been getting a lot of touches. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire doesn't seem to be as crucial as a piece, which obviously makes sense because considering he's on the defending Super Bowl champ, not the defending anymore, but 2 years ago Super Bowl champions. But I feel like even with that, the Chiefs running back room isn't exactly loaded. So I would have expected him to get about at least a few more touches, like Dylan said, like in the run game or in the pass game. And I could see, especially considering how Mahomes got killed during that Super Bowl, I could see Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting a little bit of a bigger workload next season. The question is he really ready for it?
Yeah.
They also could just be with in mind they're going to wait for the playoffs to really use him fully.
That's true.
Like I said, with Damian Williams, he was a big part of their Super Bowl run. Like a huge part. He had 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl, didn't he?
Yeah, some people were talking about him for Super Bowl MVP that year.
Yeah.
When they won it, or
when they won it.
The Chiefs had a plan when they drafted him, and they're going to use him according to that plan, similar to the other guys, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Yeah. The Chiefs always have a plan.
Who would everyone's right now, like from last year's top 5 rookie running backs?
My best, I don't know. I have this weird thing where all the teams in the Giants divisions I actually like. They're like, I love Jalen Hurts. I like Gibson. I really like McLaurin. The Cowboys, I don't really like any Cowboys, but
I got my rank.
Yeah.
You go ahead.
I would say Gibson, Taylor, Robinson, Swift, and then probably Helaire. I don't know if am I missing anyone? Yeah.
I got next. I'm gonna go.
Are you going in order, Dylan? Or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Taylor, Robinson, Gibson, Dobbins, Helaire.
Helaire at 1.
Dobbins?
Oh, Helaire at 5.
Oh, Helaire at 5.
No,
Dylan, you're saying Dobbins because you saw him in Baltimore and didn't say hi to him.
I'm saying Dobbins because I couldn't tell you for sure. I'm not gonna.
Dylan comes back to Baltimore. He's like, I saw this really big running back that looked like Helaire doing drills at a field that I was at in Baltimore, and I was like, did you go say anything? He was like, nope. And I was like, well,
I'm not gonna just walk up to some random guy.
That's fair enough.
Hey,
that's fair.
Yeah.
Nah.
I don't really have a preference, but if I was gonna choose to be on the Chargers, at least it would be Jonathan Taylor and Gibby.
Yeah.
We're tired of those guys. Swift, we'll see what he does this year. We'll see what he does this year.
I don't like Swift as a pass catching back. He's too drop prone.
Yeah.
Really?
And I'm not just saying that because of the week 1 terrible drop.
I don't know, because he's probably not going to play this week. The thing is, if you're a Swift fan, you hate them bringing in Jamal Williams. If you're an NFL fan and a smart fan, you know that was a good idea. So
more of the workhorse back, I'd say, right?
Yeah, that's the problem, because now Swift will probably be moved.
75% of their touches.
Yeah. And in week 1, if Williams is really good, then Swift will probably start off on the back foot if he plays week 2.
When Jamal Williams got carries for the Packers, he was just as, if not more, explosive than Aaron Jones. And Aaron Jones is obviously a better back. I'm not going to try and argue and say that Jamal Williams is going to do the same thing as Aaron Jones, because Aaron Jones has the longevity to play 2 straight seasons at a level where he's getting paid now. But Jamal Williams coming into games had to make the defensive look dynamically much farther stretched out because he's just so much faster. Of course, that's the next comment.
Yeah, if you guys are drafting fantasy-wise, if you're drafting, you're in a spot where it's like, it just makes too much sense not to take Swift, not to take Josh Jacobs, not to take any of these guys that are in this 1A, 1B kind of running back room. Take them, and then in week 3 when they go off, trade them.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's your strategy. You can get
I personally like Josh Jacobs. I know nobody else likes him, but I think he's going to get the majority of the touches. He's never been bad. I just don't understand why he's moving down in ranking so far now, just because they brought in Kenyon Drake, who I love Kenyon Drake. I'm a Miami Dolphins fan. He made my life on that play. And but I just don't think he's going to get as many touches as everyone else thinks he is.
Should I tell you the trade I tried to make with you for Josh Jacobs?
Yeah,
Jacobs is one of those guys that's he always starts off super strong, super humanly strong sometimes. Where he puts up 25 points the first 3 weeks on average. So that's why I like to grab him up in that value spot. I use him for week 1, use him for week 2, pair him with one of my bench receivers, and upgrade at that RB2 spot.
Yeah.
Go and get me someone that's right on that fringe. Go get me an Austin Eckler or an Aaron
Yeah.
Jones.
See,
Yeah.
Or
for fantasy,
even
I'm
Joe
in a
Mixon.
little
Yeah.
bit of a pickle. I'm in a little bit of a problem because I waited way too long. In the first round, I got Saquon at 11, which is a steal. And I got Kelsey in the second round at 14, which was again a steal. Then I got Amari Cooper and Evans in the next 2 rounds.
Hate
And then-
Amari Cooper.
Wait, Amari Cooper where? What overall?
I don't remember. I was 11th overall, so wherever that was in the third round, and then fourth round I got Mike Evans. But then I was stuck with the options of Mike Davis, Myles Gaskin, and some other just bottom tier running backs in that category, like Damian Harris. And I ended up taking Mike Davis because I am not positive about Myles Gaskin's carries because they've been very, very much relying on Malcolm Brown in the first and second downs, and Myles Gaskin's more of a third down back, and then Ahmed's catching passes. It's really confusing to me as a Dolphins fan.
But then also in the red zone, they're going to use Malcolm Brown.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I took Mike Davis, and I've been trying to trade him to everyone in my league because I just don't want him.
Uh-huh.
I bet you on
I
Damian
don't know
Harris.
why anyone.
I don't
Yeah.
like Damian Harris, personally.
You
Now
think
I
the Sony Michel
want
trade?
him because
Yeah.
they traded Michelle, but I do not like Damian Harris in that early of a pick.
Who are the Patriots running backs? They have
Damian
Harris.
Harris.
Ramondre Stevenson's going to get a lot of
Ramondre
touches.
Yeah, it's good for
Stevenson.
Ramondre
Now
Stevenson.
he's gonna get a lot of touches. They still have Rex Burkhead, right?
No,
I'm not
he's a
sure.
Texan now.
Yeah, you're right. He is. You're right. He is a Texan.
Rex is on the
White.
Texans.
He's great.
I will never draft.
Yeah, White. Yeah.
White.
I would always say,
How did I forget about that?
you know what's very funny? The Patriots kind of are like the Chiefs. Like they have those like running backs, like 3 of like the same kind of looking guys, and they're all really good in the playoffs.
Mhm.
They say
Yeah.
it's
Should I
smart.
draft
Well, they did with
Kenny?
Leonard Fournette last year in Tampa. It's really
Mhm.
Should I
Mhm.
draft
I drafted
Kenny?
him
I would
later
draft.
also. I don't,
As a
I don't-
Giants fan, yes. As a fantasy fan, probably not.
Well, it
I
depends on
wouldn't
when.
draft
I think
Galladay.
everything depends on when. Like,
Oh,
is
Galladay?
it, like if you're looking at him at like a third round, then probably no. But
No.
if it's later, then
Yeah.
I
I would say
wouldn't draft
pass.
Galladay because, in all honesty, you have absolutely no idea if he's going to stay healthy and what
And-
offense he's going to be shifted into. If he's going to be shifted into a great offense that's working well, you're going to regret not drafting him. But if he's playing in the current Giants offense, you're not going to like it.
Yeah, there's,
Yeah.
there's too
I
many,
would draft. Yeah, go ahead.
there's too many whats and ifs. And
Yeah,
if-
agreed.
If
In
that,
fantasy, you got to
I
be
always,
serious.
yeah, I always get scared. I try and minimize my what
Risk.
if. Try and go
So I'm
for
taking-
minimize my risk.
That's what
I'll take those kind of risks late in the draft, like on my.
See,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I look really deep into stuff when I'm looking at NFL stuff, but in fantasy, I am taking the most straightforward players.
Mhm.
Who gets me points? I don't care that Mike Evans got less targets than like Christian Kirk. I'm still taking Mike Evans.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna take Mike Evans because we scored 11 touchdowns last season and called for more than 1,000 yards. People look too far into this stuff. Mike Evans is still gonna be a good pick. Like,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Dylan, that definitely worked out for you last year in our fantasy league.
yeah, last year was a different story. I
Oh.
traded everyone because I didn't like that Saquon and Kittle got hurt in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Wait,
that's
did you
true.
trade both Stephon Diggs and Keenan Allen?
I did
Yep, to
trade
me.
both Stephon Diggs and Keenan Allen.
Mhm.
That was not a good idea.
Mhm.
I traded you Rodgers because I already had Mahomes.
For
Yeah.
Carson Wentz and Michael Gallup. I remember that trade.
Yeah. So, Mike, I know you posted it. So we were actually talking when we started. Me and Serge were talking about obviously the quarterback situation in Denver, and what I saw before the stream was your very, very touching Instagram post about that. What would you say? Do you like? This is my thing. If you want to win games, I'm going Teddy Bridgewater. If you want to this doesn't make sense. If Drew Lock pans out, you win more. But right now, it's kind of like you want to lower the risk. It's Bridgewater. Is it just for you? Lock's not that good. Move on. You don't like him. That's what is that what you're saying, or what?
Yeah,
What's your
now-
kind of thoughts on it?
Now it is. Up until they officially benched him for Bridgewater,
Mhm.
I was like, you guys should probably start Lock. I'm gonna hate on him the whole time, but you should probably start Lock and give him the
Okay.
last. Only played one full season. If you actually look at the games that he's played, and I feel like if things were going wrong with Lock and you made a switch to Bridgewater in Week 4, you're gonna end up with the same record that you would have ended up if you just went with Bridgewater the whole way, in my opinion. So I feel like it's gonna be similar regardless of how they did it if they started Lock. If Lock works out and now your upside's a lot higher. If Lock doesn't work out, you still bring in Bridgewater early in the season and salvage those wins that you get from him for playing him the whole year. I think the Broncos have a rough schedule to start off too, regardless. So like they're probably gonna lose with Bridgewater also. But now that he's officially benched, we gotta remember Teddy Bridgewater was shipped out of Carolina because Sam Darnold came to town. He was given away at that point. What was it, 6th-round pick or something like that? They just sent him out, and Drew Lock couldn't beat him in camp. No offense to Teddy. This is a almost 10-year backup quarterback in the league that just came in and beat Drew Lock. Yeah, I think Drew Lock is done. And if he gets another chance, it's going to be in like Houston or somewhere where they're extremely desperate.
I saw some crazy tweet that said, "Oh, now Teddy's starting quarterback for the Broncos. Are they potentially a playoff team?" Denver, they have the supporting cast system, but they are so far away from being a playoff.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that.
No.
I think they're more likely to make the playoffs with Locke than they are with Bridgewater, but they're also more likely to get.
I think they're equally unlikely. They're equally unlikely to.
That defense is like really good.
Unless if the defense lives up to their hype, then maybe.
Yeah.
But they have to be like top 3 to make the
playoffs. Two things. The defense's health is going to be one.
Yes.
And if Javonte Williams is as good as everyone thinks he's going to be, I think they could be in the wild card picture. I probably still wouldn't take them.
There are too many good teams in the AFC this year.
Yeah, exactly. I've got them going 8-9.
Which is like, that's optimistic.
Yeah, I think that's a little optimistic. So that's what I'm saying. If Javonte Williams can control the possession a little bit and the defense can stay healthy, maybe they can be in the picture, but it's just so tough, man. And if they do make the playoffs, that means my Chargers had a bad year, so I don't want it.
Yeah, and Mike, what I was saying, obviously, you have introduced me to literally who I watch all day, and Tim Jenkins. Whenever he posts, I watch it. I actually messaged him on Instagram. Because he doesn't have that many followers. I wanted to see. Yeah. He hasn't responded yet, but
I messaged him.
Yeah, but like what I was saying is like, so he was a quarterback, and what I was telling Sir is like he just has that level of knowledge where it's like you're never gonna get that unless you played. And what I was looking like, he did obviously the comparisons, like several video comparisons of Bridgewater versus Locke, and it like the Bronco, like it was hard. Like there wasn't like, okay, Bridgewater's obviously better. Yeah. Like it was hard. Like you look at it, obviously Locke had his pros. Bridgewater's definitely better at navigating the pocket. Locke obviously has that upside with the rushing, and his arm can be very good, but it's like on and off, and you can't have a quarterback like Locke who has the potential to throw for 50%. Like as a quarterback, you cannot throw 50%. It's your main job. You need to complete passes, and Bridgewater will not have 50% completion percentage because he's smarter. So as I said, I'm going the safe option. I'm someone who's not always, I sometimes go the high upside, but if I'm the Broncos, I think going Bridgewater was a smarter choice. And but all I'm saying is it definitely had to be a hard decision.
Konex, I would agree with you in theory. I think there is a compelling issue with the majority of black quarterbacks not being drafted early because people just think of them as runners when that's not actually specifically true. But in this case, Bridgewater is starting over Locke, so I don't think that's really the problem.
I mean, at the end of the day, for me, the Giants, like I was saying for so long, like why do we trade down? Like I would have been very happy if we had taken Fields, but obviously we didn't.
Yeah.
And for life and sports talk with Jake, I've got to say burritos.
It's Mike. I'm sorry. So obviously, as you know, we're in high school, so some friends might be changing their name and commenting that. So don't pay attention to those. I don't know if that is life in sports. I don't know, but never mind those.
Burritos, tacos. But,
really? I would go burritos.
I'm going burritos.
Burritos. Yeah.
I'm in Cali.
Yeah.
Tacos are amazing.
Last time I was in Cali, I was born in Cali. I was born in San Francisco, so they have incredible burritos.
For real?
You didn't know that? Yeah.
I did not know that.
They have incredible food all over the place.
Yeah. I was in LA 4 years ago. I love LA. A lot of people say they don't. I love LA. But I can tell. Like, Mike, do you have to drive everywhere, or can you walk to like the places you need to go? That's my thing. Is like if you were to move out there, like I feel like
I'm an introvert, so I'm in here in this apartment working all day. Yeah. Only time I leave is to go to the gym and come back.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a single thing wrong with that.
But yeah, there's the metro, so you can walk to.
Oh, okay.
Usually, there's a metro station within walking distance.
Yeah.
And you can walk there. And LA is starting to adopt. So I was actually stationed in Japan before I came home.
Right.
I was stationed there for 3 years, and they have a train system that is.
Yeah.
Insane. They have the homes of train systems. Like you can get from one side of the country to the other side of the country, and you don't even have to walk a mile to get to the nearest train station.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. And LA is trying to adopt that, and I can't wait for them to get it done.
Yeah,
But
that'd be
the
cool.
The metro's getting close. There's a lot of stations that you can walk to.
That's awesome.
You
Okay.
can go from here to Dodger Stadium in 30 minutes, 35
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
I
Yeah.
think that Teddy Bridgewater is better for a match against the Giants because he is just more likely not to lose them the game. Locke could win them the game, but Bridgewater will not be the reason they lose.
Yeah.
Who's better, Giants, Chargers?
I
I'm gonna
think-
Oh, no.
defer to you
Right back
guys.
into it. That was pretty smooth.
That was.
Yeah, that was Dylan.
Go
Dylan
right
doesn't do any
into it.
BS. Dylan doesn't do any BS.
No. Sometimes I do. I'm not gonna just. Sometimes but once I do, I get right back.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not.
Okay.
Giants or Chargers, I would go Chargers. I'm not gonna be.
I think the Chargers.
Chargers.
If everything goes right, the Chargers. If everything goes
Yeah.
right, the Giants. It's not that far apart, honestly. I think if you had to give me one team, I'm taking the Chargers.
I think the Chargers can have an underrated defense.
Yeah.
I think with Staley, I think.
Asante Samuel.
Oh baby, don't even get me started.
Asante Samuel. I will say this: that interception was it. It was good. It wasn't. It was. I don't think it was his man who he's covering. I think he just knew where to be at the right time. I think he came off his man when the quarterback released it. I'm not sure. I have to watch again, but I actually.
That's his thing.
Yeah.
Hey, he's a playmaker. He just made
Yeah.
a play on the ball when it bounced up in the air, and I like to see him do what we expected of him.
Mhm.
But let me tell you guys, this guy should have won the first round. I've been
Yeah.
to 3
Yeah.
Chargers camp days, and I went to
Yeah.
the scrimmage, and in every single day that I went to, Samuel got an interception.
There is no reason that
Look
Eric
at
Stokes should have
just
been
as you say that, Mike. Yeah.
There's no reason that Eric Stokes should have been drafted before him, and I've been high on
No,
Eric
but
Stokes.
Stokes actually has looked decent. Stokes has not
I've
looked
been high on
terrible.
Eric Stokes since I knew nothing about
Yeah.
college football, and I did my first
Yeah.
mock draft. I had him going 28 to the, I believe, the I want to
Saints.
say the Ravens.
Is that, I think it's
Yeah.
Saints. Or,
Yeah, I don't think he doesn't have as much potential as Surtain and Horn, and that's really more his body build than anything. He's built like a little.
He's a smaller
bulldog.
guy. He's a slot guy.
He's not built like Surtain's built like Jalen Ramsey. Surtain's
Yeah.
ready to come in and be a CB1 and be a.
I feel like Horn also is.
Horn to me, I think will be really good.
his
Horn
feet
will be
is
good.
like
Horn,
there. I don't
Horn-
think
Channel will be
Ken,
good.
Caleb Farley, and Asante Samuel will be good. I think Greg Newsome has
Yeah,
the
will be
ability to be very good and has the ability to be very bad. Eric Stokes is never going to make it past being a cornerback two on his. Well, I don't want to say never,
Well, no, because Jair Alexander was there. That would be very hard to do.
but he's not going to make it past Jair Alexander unless he gets traded.
Yeah.
And what's the other? There's one more I was thinking about.
Let's think. Who were the top guys? It was. We
It
did a
was
top five
Farley-
list. It was Surtain,
Farley,
Horn.
Surtain, Horn. I think that was like the first tier, and
Yeah.
the second tier, Asante should be at the top of the second tier.
Yeah, and then
Horn,
Newsome, Stokes.
Mhm.
I've got your comp for Horn. I got the perfect one. At least everyone's told me it's perfect. Maybe you guys disagree. You guys remember Brandon Browner?
Yep.
That guy reminds me of.
I know.
basically
That's.
of a
I was
picture
saying
of
Pat
that kid.
Mhm.
I said Pat Pete.
I don't think he's fast enough to beat Pat Pete.
He ran a 4.39.
Oh, I didn't even know he ran that fast.
Yeah.
When
Pro
I
day
watch
ran a
him play-
4.39.
When I watch him play, he seems more of like a bruiser. Like he's gonna go out and rough up whoever. he's
Yeah.
going.
To me, when me and Dylan did our, I don't know. I think you know that, Mike. We do like previews for each team. When we did our Packers one, what I've been saying is, yes, it's very good if your corner is running a sub 4.3. Obviously, they're fast, but there is a big difference because if you can't backpedal, the speed doesn't matter because the receiver will be by you. So I'm saying, if you're not the fastest guy, it's not always the worst thing because if you can backpedal fast enough and then turn again, if you're going like it all depends. It's all you all take it in context, but I think 40 times for corners
40
isn't
times
like
are
a
overrated in
massive
general.
deal.
Yeah.
In general.
I really,
Yeah.
really
'Cause
really
40
love their secondary. Jeremy
With-
Chin, Jackson.
Yeah,
They're gonna be a ton of fun. to watch.
aggressive
And they're all
aggressive
gonna
bunch.
they're all gonna be on rookie deals entering their prime at the same time. They're gonna be so fun to watch in like 10
Yeah.
years.
And
Chin,
then they're
I
all gonna
love.
ask for huge contracts.
Chin is more of a in the it's more
Box
of a strong
line.
team, more like a Palomalu. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's more like
But
well,
bigger.
I mean, yeah, not as good at interceptions, but he's more like also someone who's gonna play in the box and be like that hard hitter, like kind of like the linebacker. Like,
I mean, he's built like almost like not size wise, but he's what 6? What is he 6?
6'2".
No, he's got to be bigger than that. I feel like he's 6'3". Because who is the ginormous? Yeah, so this year,
is gonna be scary.
like sure, Kyle Hamilton this year is 6'4", I believe.
Jeez.
And he's ridiculous again when we get into more of draft stuff. But yeah, I agree, Cognacs. Any more questions? Don't feel free to ask us.
Okay, here are all the
6'3",
cornerbacks.
yeah, so big guy.
Here are all the cornerbacks that went ahead of Asante Samuel. I can name them all. It was obviously Horn Sertan, which obviously is okay.
Mhm.
Then you had Farley. Then you had Newsom. Then you had Eric Stokes, which I don't think is good. Then you had Tyson Campbell. And then
Tyson Campbell, right?
Tyson Campbell, and you had Kelvin Joseph. I don't think
Kelvin
Joseph.
Oh yeah, Kelvin Joseph was
first. Cowboys.
Kelvin Joseph went ahead.
That was the worst in my opinion.
I actually think Kelvin Joseph is a better cornerback than Tyson Campbell, though.
I think Tyson Campbell.
Kelvin Joseph transferred from LSU, so that must mean he had some type of skill. Then he went to
Joseph is
Kentucky.
gonna go into that team and be their cornerback too. That's dangerous. You can't really have that with Trayvon Diggs being your cornerback one. That team's gonna get slaughtered in their ear.
I don't know. I really like Trayvon Diggs. I
I
think
like
he
Trayvon
was.
Diggs, but he can't be your cornerback one partnered with a rookie who is supposed to be a third-round talent.
Yeah, Kelvin Joseph was
The
definitely not a
Cowboys-
second-round
The
guy.
Cowboys got royally screwed in the draft because they were thought, yeah, at least either Sertan or Horn's gonna be available. And of course, Denver.
I think they're happy with Parsons, though. Obviously, they'd
No,
prefer to have
I
a
would
corner, but
much-
Parsons is going to be really good for them.
Who best,
Yeah.
Washington or
Washington or
Dallas? I would actually
Dallas.
probably take. That's actually a tough question.
Washington football team or a safer pick, Dallas
Yeah.
are probably the correct pick.
Yeah,
I'm taking Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas.
Oh, did you see that hot take?
Chargers will sweep Chiefs.
No, nobody's
That's
sweeping
super
the
hot
Chiefs.
take.
Yeah,
That-
Mike's starting to like you, Cognacs. You gotta chill out.
Yeah, we can. Hey, Warzone Sports Network, man. Come
Yeah,
on
go.
up.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
Dallas is perfect guy, and to go back to the other topic we were just talking about, they should have made a hard push at Shaquem Griffin. Griffin isn't going to be like a
I'm
true-
happy about it, though.
He isn't going to be like a true legit CB1, but when you think about they got Joseph,
Oh, I thought you meant
they
Shaquille.
got Diggs, he would have been a good addition to that secondary for them. Not amazing, but a very good step forward. They didn't really improve the secondary, especially the cornerbacks. I like the Malik Hooker signing.
Yeah. Wait. Who got Malik Hooker? I completely forgot about that.
He's in the Cowboys.
It was the Cowboys, right? That is a good signing.
was a
Dylan,
late-
Back to the back to the Washington Dallas debate.
as you can tell, we're very good at transitioning.
Oh, I'm terrible. I saw that they were also going to Washington. They're experimenting with 5-man fronts now because their D line is so stacked. Because you obviously
Yeah.
have Chase Young, you have Montez Sweat, Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen. You also have Matt Ioannidis, who a lot of people forget about.
Mhm.
Whoever, if in a 5-man rush of all those guys, that is
You're
That
not
is the
blocking
best.
that.
That's the best front five the NFL has right now.
Well, yeah.
But they rolled-
I thought
my
they were gonna say
thing
that's
with
the
them
best
my thing with them is they rolled that out last year and won 7 games.
Yeah.
So I'm not super high on them because I feel like the offense is what they needed to address. And while Curtis Samuel is a good weapon to add, they had that in McKissick last year. He doesn't add wins
Yeah.
to their win
Yep.
column.
Mhm.
And I feel like Fitzpatrick and Alex Smith, and call me crazy, and a lot of Washington fans have already called me crazy. I
Mhm.
don't think it's that much of an upgrade, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the Patrick expert around here. I'm a Miami Dolphins fan, and I'm telling you that he slings the ball really, really well. But with the receivers he has on his team, and that's McLaurin, that's Cam Sims, that's no longer Steven Sims as he was released.
Yeah.
He was released.
He was released.
Yeah.
Released.
Yeah.
And
Mike Dylan doesn't have a great history with Steven Sims. We
First
did our
video on
Washington.
the
Yeah.
channel, it was Washington football team. I say, sorry, this team is not good. You have no receivers. You have McLaurin and Steven Sims, but Steven Sims is terrible. I just
And somehow the one possible Steven Sims YouTube channel, like some guy with the name Steven Sims in his name, found our video. We had like 100 subscribers, a paragraph long. Yeah, that was.
I
Yeah.
love the
Steven Sims
Yeah.
is decent though.
Steven Sims was not decent. He muffed like 4 punts and fumbled like
Yeah.
3 times. But
Yeah,
Yeah, like Mike, do you just ever get like?
Not even
You-
the best Sims on his team.
Go ahead.
Do you ever just get like
Well,
random criticism for like how would you even like nitpick that? Like it wasn't even like I'll give you like so we did a video on the Washington football team new names. I did it a couple weeks ago, and I got a guy. I don't know if I was talking to Serge about it before we went live. Like some guy said I didn't understand the concept of a name right, or like I didn't, and I'm like, how are you criticizing? Like I'm just giving you a name.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude,
It's just like, why do you comment
that?
that?
We're like analyzing anything. We're just saying what names would we like that we've heard are possible. Like,
Yeah, it got over like like 1,200 views. Like I like it's I you don't need to comment like about the
That's a
name.
terrible name.
Oh
Yeah.
Don't even get me started. Man.
Why'd you come up with
Going
that?
back to Fitzpatrick, though.
I've
I
built
think
my
with-
TikTok page. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Dylan.
Yeah.
With the weapons Fitzpatrick had in Miami, he was much more accustomed to slinging the ball out to Devontae Parker and to Mike Gesicki, who are just big,
Devontae
go
Parker
up and
was
get the ball
barely
receivers.
healthy
Why has he done
for the
that?
entire season.
Yeah, Mike. This is new to me. These transitions, Dylan, going like.
But I think with McLaurin, who he's completely capable of being that big man receiver, but I think I like him more as like a Michael. Thanks, Alex.
Oh God. This is
Here's the Washington take that I've been giving to everyone that blows their mind. They needed to fix offense. Everyone talks about the defense and how great the defense is. But my question to you is, can the defense get better than top 3 this year? No, they're not going to win more games.
All right,
They're going to
I'm
win 8
calmed
games.
down now.
They're going to win 7, 8 games.
Yeah.
Fitzpatrick, he was capable of slinging the ball to guys who are going up and getting it, and I think McLaurin is able to do that, and I think Curtis Samuel and Diami Brown are able to do that. But I
Cam
think
Sims even. He's a physical.
Nah,
good
Surge, come on.
offensive lineman.
Come
they're
on.
more able to run those short routes and be able to catch passes from a guy like Alex Smith. I don't know if Fitzpatrick is going to be the perfect suited quarterback for that offense. And I'm not saying that he's not better than Alex Smith. And obviously, Scary Terry was obviously their number 1 receiver, and he will be. But I don't see him as that Mike Evans / DK Metcalf type receiver. And they're good in different ways. But you always need that one receiver that's just big and is going to go up and get you big plays. And
Which I think that's what Logan Thomas will be.
I don't think Logan Thomas is that, though.
Logan
I
Thomas
don't
is.
think Logan Thomas is good because he's really good after the catch. I think if you're going to give anyone that title, it's Diami Brown in his rookie year.
But Diami Brown isn't big. Diami Brown's like 5'11".
Yeah, but he has a huge vertical.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's again, that's all about ball tracking because it's if the ball's right there, you're not gonna be able to jump your regular vert. It's again, it all depends. I think verticals and all those stats are tested really, when the time comes and the time is upon you. But God,
I got a time travel TikTok series. See, I
Yeah.
did that time, Dylan. I got a time travel TikTok series, and I just come up with the most random, dumbest, like just off the wall futures. I had Juju running for governor. I had Patrick Mahomes becoming the greatest commentator of all time.
I love this. I'm gonna
Jaguars
look
moving
this
to
right away,
London.
by the way.
And I work on these things and try and get the timelines in sync with each other. Because what people do in the comment section is if I make a prediction for Carson Wentz to win the Super Bowl in 2024 3 months ago, and then I have someone else winning the Super Bowl in 2024 in an up-to-date, recent time travel video, like I have to explain to them how the timeline got changed by something.
I mean, Mike,
for
you
them
have
to feel happy and think that I'm actually a time travel. Guys, if you're tuning into this, you follow me on TikTok.
Yeah.
I am actually a time traveler. You got it.
Yeah,
I mean, Mike, you have how many followers? You have a ton of followers on TikTok. You have what?
I have 50K right now.
That's crazy.
Blessed, so thankful,
Yeah.
but I also put a lot of work. So
Yeah, I mean, I can tell we're mainly on YouTube. It's very like TikTok. It's you got to put time. Like for example, like those time travel things. That's what will blow up. Like that's because I was watching one. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna keep watching this. Oh, what happens next? I want to watch what happens next. Because I was watching the Aaron Donald one. Like,
Yeah.
I can't remember a couple days ago. But yeah, I mean,
what? That's an old one too. So
Yeah.
up on the
yeah, Mike. You know what I love to talk about. We talked a ton about football. I like to talk about your growth on social media because obviously that's a big reason so how did it how did it start for you? How have you grown? What's kind of been your development?
It's kind of crazy because when I was in high school, just like all of you guys, I was doing this stuff on smaller, just Instagram page. I was making graphics. I worked with Photoshop and just taught myself everything on YouTube and just started to get really good at it. And I built like a page that had like 5,000 subscribers. I still have it.
Subscribers. So it was a YouTube channel? Or followers. Sorry.
I'm all jumbled up. But anyways, I started then and I was like, okay, I think I can do this, right? I think I can do this long term. But then I went to the military and left for 4 years. So
it was a while ago.
Yep, the account died and everything. I left. I did my service, and when I was done, I came home. And I was like, all right, well, what do I want to do with my free time? Because the government still owes me a lot of money. Keep paying your taxes. Tell your parents to keep paying the taxes too, because the government owes me a lot of money still. But I don't have to work like an actual 9-to-5 job right now. Because of that. So I was like, what am I going to do in my free time? So I started up a podcast with my cousin, which was called the Come On Man Sports Podcast, and I just grinded it out. And what I do is, and if you guys are also in the chat right now and have Instagram pages, or if you're thinking about it, what I do is the trick on Instagram is to go to the big pages, go to ESPN, go to SportsCenter's Instagram page, get in the comments, look for people with strong opinions that are leaving like long interactive comments, and start a conversation with them. And those people will follow you. And just over time, you just start building up people. But the crazy thing is all of these people are people that want to comment and start talking about sports and comment. And that's how you find them. So like on my post now, I've built up to, I'm getting close to 5K on Instagram. And it's just been over time, just gradually adding people. Now when I post something, I refresh the page after 30 seconds and I have a couple comments and 25 likes. Because everyone is just so eager to jump on it. On TikTok, I just started doing goofy stuff and a couple things went viral. And then once I found things that worked, instead of just making it a one-off and then stopping, I turn it into a series. That's the one thing I will say for TikTok is just keep trying everything over and over and over again. Something's going to pop off, find a way to make it into a series. So like with the time travel videos, I had a Patrick Mahomes one go for over 500,000 in a day, which is crazy.
500,000 likes or views?
Views.
That's crazy.
That one is at 900,000 and it hasn't hit 1 million yet. It's been up for like 5 months or something.
That's nuts. Like getting 1 million views on something, like that's a lot of people.
Yeah, my average per 28 days is 3 million views, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane.
Oh my God.
I've been recognized in public a few times now and everything.
Seriously?
Yeah.
No way.
That's crazy.
Wait, so I want to hear the story about that. If you want to continue, but I want to hear the story about that. About getting recognized.
The first time was actually a couple of weeks ago, and it's happened once since then. It's when I started going to events. So I went to the Drew League, and someone recognized me there because I was live while I was there, and they were on the page while I was live, and they're like, "Wait a minute, I'm here too." And then they found me and said, "What's up?" And then the other one was at the Chargers scrimmage versus. No, it was just a white and blue scrimmage we were at 4 weeks ago, and 3 different people came up to me and were like, "Hey man, I see your stuff on Instagram, YouTube, and all that." I have a Chargers fan page also, so I think they really saw me from. But it's just like it's super cool just getting that much exposure out there on TikTok. Like it's just like not like a little kids app, but it's just like goofy, stupid content that goes viral.
Keep in mind what my brother's about to say in the comments is either a complete joke or he is not going to say something. If Alex Shalom, he's going to say something that he's not going to mean. This
is what we deal with, Mike. Dylan starts.
My little brother, he's hilarious. But, and
but yeah,
if I'm going to change your mind, the Bills are not going to win the Super Bowl. There are 3 reasons. The AFC is
another great transition.
The AFC is stacked and the Chiefs are better. That's the first reason.
Okay.
Second reason, Cole Beasley contracts COVID, gives it to everyone on the team. They all can't play.
Yep.
Oh no.
Third reason, they just can't get it done in the AFC Championship game like last year. Their defense is just not at the same level as some of the other defenses in the league. It all collapses at the end.
Yeah.
When you're looking at this kind of stuff, you got to kind of like manage your expectations a little bit compared to what they did in the offseason. Like, look what the Bills did last year. I feel like the Bills almost surpassed their ceiling last year. Did they improve to get over the hump this year? I don't think they did anything that crazy, and I feel like the Chiefs did do some stuff that crazy.
That was what the Bills did, is they brought in Rousseau.
Rousseau bodied Penei Sewell in preseason. I don't know if you saw a picture. I was watching, like, again, preseason, I'm not saying, but, like, Rousseau was coming in as a raw talent. The Bills took him, and it was like, all right.
I liked Rousseau from the start.
This guy's arms are so I mean, you're looking at Penei Sewell, he just can't get his hands on him. And as an edge rusher, if you can do that, you're dominant. And Rousseau has the long arms. He was just pinning Sewell back. And it's so funny. Like, Mike, I know about your reaction about like Joe's reaction to Leatherwood. Leatherwood's been fantastic in preseason, which is just when does that ever happen for a Raiders draft pick?
Yeah.
Never.
I think
Yeah.
Congrats to the Raiders. They still could have got him in the 3rd round. Regardless.
third round, I think a little late, probably second.
He was not
though-
he was 17th when they took him.
Yeah.
17th, I believe, is their pick.
I keep telling because Jalen Phillips went the next pick.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I keep telling Joe, like, hey, you're gonna regret that one day. You're gonna look at Jalen Phillips and be like, that guy should have been a Raider. For the
As
rest
a
of their life.
Miami Dolphins fan, I'm limiting my expectations on Jalen Phillips just based on his concussion history and the fact that he has a undisclosed head injury right now.
I think.
Already?
Oh,
Oh.
I think
It-
without.
it-
I think without Rousseau, I think.
You're a
I
Jets fan now? You suck, Alex.
I think with Rousseau, one of the tricky things is I remember like before, like when during this time last year, Rousseau was the clear and obvious
Yeah.
edge rusher pick, like clear and obvious number 1. Then he dropped because he opted out. Then he had a very underwhelming pro day, so people thought he was like a 2nd or a 3rd round pick. And now that he's back up to speed, it seems like he's gonna be like I think he's gonna be one of the better edge rushers in this class. I still think Jalen Phillips will be the best. I think without the head injuries, he's easily the best edge rusher in this class. I think he's like the most consistent edge rusher. He has the most tools that are important. Sorry, I'm rambling a bit, but I think for that reason, I think he's number 1. But I think Rousseau could easily climb up very, very fast given his raw talent and capability.
Mike, the Chargers. Sante saying was the Chargers' first pick, if I'm not wrong. Or who?
Rashawn Slater.
Rashawn Slater.
Yeah,
What? Like I can't get it right. Obviously, Rashawn.
Ian, you're a terrible analyst. You should
No, it's actually been bad. Like I've started to forget about players that are drafted. And I literally was doing draft content every like second of every day before it
I
happened.
remember.
Yeah, like it's
I don't know about you guys, but with school soccer coming back, with school coming back, and doing this, it's
Yeah.
very, very hard to remember stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm doing my best.
Yeah, like
but
Mike, I know you're not in school. Like I just started ACT stuff for college. We're going to junior year, so it's like the hardest year. So
Cool.
it's tough.
I'm in college.
we gonna live through it.
So Mike, what college are you going to?
I go to Cal Poly Pomona right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
that's
Oh,
good.
wow. Pomona's good. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's like
The
very good.
Broncos is their mascot.
You should drop out. I mean, you can't
I'm
deal with
thinking
that.
about transferring. Get out of here.
Make a petition to change it to like a charge or a lightning bolt.
Call them the horses. I'm cool
Yeah.
with horses.
Because Mike, I know you got into Northwestern. If you're okay with me saying that, I don't. Because I know you got.
It's all good. Yeah,
Oh.
well, out of high school, I got into like every school I applied for except for USC.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well,
That's
I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be able to do.
yeah.
I was a 4-year football captain.
Yeah.
A 4.2 GPA. So
Gee,
you
you're
got.
4.3. That's
I was a
good.
nerd. I was a nerd.
That's not bad.
Nerd. Not really nerd. It was just like my parents really preached the importance of academics.
Okay.
And growing up with 2 younger sisters behind me, and my parents aren't super wealthy, I always knew that when it was my time, I needed to find my own way. So I also like put a real emphasis on my academics more than
Yeah.
an average kid would. Just knowing, like my younger sister Nicole now is going to school, and my parents are actually able to support her and give her a place
Yeah.
to live.
Oh, it's
She doesn't have to
amazing.
do any of the stuff I had to do to.
Yeah.
get-
That's all. Yeah, I mean, because for me, in terms of school, I've always been the kind of person who I've never understood like just not doing homework or like just like because like to me, I get stressed and like I'm like
Same.
like I have to like again. That's gonna sound stupid. My friends are gonna clip that and be like, "Wow!" Like, but it's always been the kind of thing where like doing well in school, and at the end of the day, what I've started to notice is like I'll go to a college, it'll be fine, it'll pan out.
Yeah.
But
Also,
yeah,
the woman that I married, my beautiful wife, was also my girlfriend in high school, and she is
Mm-hmm. Wow.
a lot smarter than me. So I had a
oh
lot. Of help.
jeez, wow. Well, Mike, congrats. I mean, that's good. Northwestern is one of the schools I would like to go to. Again, I'm not sure if I'm close to 4.3. I'm closer to. I'm close. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure what it is, but
I'm just gonna just straight up say I am not close to that. I'm honestly not gonna try to make excuses for myself. I screw up more than I don't screw up.
yeah,
But I have ADHD. That's my only real.
Yeah. it's Dylan, you'll be fine.
And the other thing is, I am trying. I'm not gonna. I'm not.
Dylan, who is the commentator who said you had a future in doing sports? What was his name?
Kevin Burkhardt.
There you go. So you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys all seniors, juniors?
So we're going into
Juniors.
junior year.
Okay, so if you guys want to, this is an extra step. That's what I did, and that's how I got there. Is I took my senior year classes the summer before senior year. So my senior year, I spent taking classes that I can get to get my GPA above 4.0. If you guys want to steal that little sneaky hack. So I took like 3 classes that I would have had to take senior year, summer before senior year. So my senior year, all I had to do was take 4 classes, first of all. And they were just all like AP science classes to raise my GPA up.
Wow. I'm not sure, Mike, if I have the.
Did not listen to that.
I'm not sure if I have the.
If you wanna.
Yeah, it's just to me. Yeah.
You can graduate early that way too.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, what I see is I've good enough grade. My average is above a 90. This channel I think will help us very, very much
My
in
average
terms of
is
college.
also actually above. It somehow ended up being above a 90, despite the complete terrorism of the first marking period I had. But
I will say this, guys. No matter what happens when you go to college, if you don't go to college, if you guys go to work, join the military like I did, keep this thing going.
Yeah.
My biggest regret is not keeping my things that I had going in the sports thing and then trying to pick it up when I came back. By the time you're my age, by the time you guys are 24, if you guys keep grinding the way you are right now, you're going to have 30,000, 50,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
That's the goal. And I think
you guys have strong opinions. You're not afraid to say your opinion, right or wrong, whatever people are going to say. Keep doing it. The editing and everything is beautiful. Whichever one of you guys is the main editor, you're doing great. So just keep this alive. Through college, through everything. When you guys are 23, you're going to be so thankful you did it. And you're all going to be rich. So.
Yeah, well, thank you, Mike. I mean,
Hopefully.
at the end of what I think is great about the channel is because we are most likely not going to go to the same college, but this will keep us connected because, like, all right, you want to record a video about I mean, Mike, I'm sure you'll still be doing your thing, so I'm sure by that time you'll probably, if you have 50,000, I mean, because how many shows do you have? I know you add another with Alex Robinson. How many do you have? I can't keep up.
I don't even know, to be honest.
It's got to be 10 plus, right?
We have two a day.
Yeah.
But they change, so it's got to be around 14.
So are you the main guy? Like, are you the main guy on the Instagram, or does everyone do it like pretty equally?
The Warzone Instagram is ran by Joe Marley mostly.
Oh, okay.
For that, my Instagram page is all me.
Yeah.
I showed Joe Marley how to do some graphics, some simple stuff. So anything you see on there is usually him. Every once in a while, I'll send him his way, but I do all like the video editing. Yeah. The producing of the live shows, like all the graphics, videos, everything that pops up.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
And we have a ghost editor too. His name's Isaac.
Yeah, you told me about.
I want to be like him when I grow up because
when
he came in, it just completely changed my life. I went from working like 14 to 16 hours a day to 8 hours again. So I was like super happy. Yeah. That's the thing. Like I've gone much like through because I mean we were like for our weekly predictions, which Mike, I don't know if you guys did them. If like seriously, the weekly predictions will blow up your YouTube. They do so well. If I don't know, we're doing them this year. They do very, very well. Yeah. So no, basically just do each game like we do. We record each game. Like we got an editor, so we'll send it to him, and then it's very easy to edit because you just have the logos pop up of the game, and like those. I mean, those. If you start off well, you could be looking at 1,000 per video. If people are like, oh, I'm gonna go back to this video each time, but. Yeah, like we were doing very well last season, but so you guys you're talking about like predicting the winner of each game.
Yeah, so literally it's week 12 predictions, all games and scores, and you. So
I actually hosted it. You guys want to do it with us this year? Maybe this can be our avenue of a season-long collab. I hosted it on my page last year. We might host it on the Warzone. We did a Pick'ems league.
Okay.
Adam,
I know that.
What off-season sports?
Yeah, Adam, I've been trying to do something with.
He's fun. He's
a good dude. Because the broadcasting studio he uses looks so like that's what I want to use with them. Like it would be awesome. Sports. Petty Sports, but like
they've been famous fees, man. They're in grind mode also. They message me all the time. I feel for them because they're dealing with a lot of like the initial algorithm compressors. where like YouTube's not helping them at all.
Yeah, it sucks.
You know what I mean? So they're not even able to pull 100 views on videos because YouTube's not getting any boost. They have to send the link out manually, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But they're grinders too. Those guys are good to work with if you ever get a chance. But he won it last year.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to take the crown from him, I'm trying to get him to do it again this year to defend.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. I mean, we can also have. I mean, we'll be again. We'll have a lot of school, so I think the weekly prediction will be the video we definitely have coming out each week. But I mean, we could have guests hop on or something like that.
Yeah, if you have it anyways, you just gotta send it to me and I'll put it on the graph.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what it's very fun talking football, but talking to another creator is a ton of fun. Mike. But,
I don't get to talk about it a lot either.
Yeah, I
like,
know. It's like it's like almost like
talk about it at all.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I have one video that I made where it's like how to become a sports podcast.
I saw that one. Yeah, that's a great.
One.
Because I remember when we were starting, there was no videos on that. Nothing. Yeah.
I need to read a new one because I've learned so much since then.
Yeah. I know Dylan and Surge, they're not very much behind the scenes, so this I think is quite boring. But
that was not boring.
This is how we grow. Yeah.
I'm interested.
Yeah. No, it's. I mean, Dylan, you do the TikTok. Dylan's been doing good ones. Dylan, what I love about Dylan just does lists, and it's just like a black screen of lists, and then I like because what's great is like on Instagram Reels, they actually blow up like pretty often. Like they can get. I remember we went to your house and I just posted one of his TikToks and got like 2,000 views in like 20 minutes. So it's like stuff like that. Yeah.
Those lists are a thing. Lists and then try and track the trends the best you can.
Yeah.
And just do one when you see one once in a while.
Yeah.
And just twist it. Twist the trend to fit sports and fit what you're doing. I have a separate TikTok account that I only follow big time like Bryce Halls, Addison Rays, and all them just to get the trends. To get the trend. I see them do the trend, and I'm like, oh, I could do that and make fun of Daniel Jones somehow. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah. Mike, really? You had to say that? Come on.
I could have said
you disrespect Drew Lock just as much.
I should have said Drew Lock.
Yeah.
Back to football just for a quick second.
Yeah, Dylan, the transitions today.
Is Daniel Jones... all right, we're in a live stream. We're going to have this argument one way or another, so I'm just going to spit it out.
Okay.
Who is a better quarterback, Daniel Jones or Tua Tagovailoa?
Daniel Jones.
Tua Tagovailoa.
I will never, ever give up that argument. I think Daniel Jones is better.
3-1.
It's not. It's just not. He's not a better quarterback.
He's just so clearly a better quarterback.
He's not. Daniel Jones is a better rusher. Daniel Jones at times can be a better thrower. Accuracy, maybe not. He has a better arm. Rusher, when he doesn't fall,
they're a lot closer than I would initially think.
I think they're close, but
I think his name automatically like triggers you to think of him first.
That's actually
I'm low on both of them, honestly.
Yeah.
Here's a question, and you're a Giants fan, so maybe you can elaborate. How long you let Daniel Jones go at the turnover rate he's going at before you try and get something?
This is his last season.
Oh, last year. This is last year.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, how long in the season?
I give him the whole season.
I say my thing for quarterbacks is by Thanksgiving you'll know if they're your guy or not.
Okay.
That's what I was saying.
I give a quarterback a first round rookie quarterback. I give him 3 years.
Like Mike.
I just need to see improvement. If there's no improvement, we're in week 10.
I've broken that rule of mine for 2 quarterbacks. The names are Dwayne Haskins and Sean Kaiser.
Although Dwayne Haskins is kind of making a comeback.
I have to see him play well in 2 games or more NFL against good defenses for me to believe that he could actually turn.
The reason why I take 2 is because Dylan, how many games did Tua start in last year? Do you know?
He started 9 games. He won 6 of them.
Let's not forget one of his great traits is hand holding with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Okay. So he's very good at.
You're gonna piss off.
You're gonna get me mad, but I'm only able to stay on here for a couple more minutes because I gotta go to sleep before soccer tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna
save myself some time just putting this out there. Tua Tagovailoa is the only rookie to have won multiple Rookie of the Month awards, which are very important. The most important award ever.
What?
Have a winning record. I'm joking.
No, he did. What are you talking about? No, he did.
No, he has one. He won 2 Rookie of the Month awards.
What?
I don't know. He did. But, yeah.
I don't know how.
Looks good, Mike.
He is the first player to ever win 2 Rookie of the Month awards. He have a winning record and still be considered a bust after 9 games. I can't understand that.
I will ride that.
In 9 games, Tua had a 64% completion percentage.
Yup.
1,814 yards, 11 touchdowns,
Yup.
5 interceptions, and 8.
Yup.
Dylan, that's not that good.
Sir,
No,
since Dylan, what are you saying yup
compared
for?
to-
That's not good.
Compared to
He's
Daniel
a
Jones-
Yeah.
I'm hyping him up, bro. His stat line is better
Compared
than
to
Daniel
Daniel
Jones.
Jones, I think Daniel Jones significantly worse because Daniel Jones played a full season, has 62.5% completion percentage, 2,943 yards, the same amount of touchdowns, and 10 interceptions, and an 80.4 rating.
Doesn't
So-
Daniel Jones have like almost 50 turnovers in his first couple seasons?
I think he has exactly 50.
At least it's a high number.
Interceptions and fumbles
That's something I
combined.
would say.
Yeah.
Oh, man. How would you react, Dylan? Is if they're benching Tua for Jacoby in the middle of the season? In
It
the
would
fourth
have to
quarter.
be for a very, very specific reason, and that
I'm
only
just like-
reason would be injury.
Fourth quarter, Tua struggling, close game.
I
they throw
very,
Jacoby out.
very much doubt that ever happened. But if it does happen and Brissett wins us a game, I'll still be happy. A win is a win.
Yeah.
I could see like remember that year where Andrew Luck would start the games, but like if like they were in a Hail Mary situation, Jacoby Brissett would always make the throw. I could see that.
No, that's never going to happen. If we're getting the Hail Mary situation, we are throwing the ball to Parker, who's pitching it back to Ahmed, who's pitching it back to Gaskin, who's running past Gronkowski for a touchdown.
Why do I recognize that play?
Speaking of backup QBs, let me know of how crazy this is. If the Chargers are actually good, like I want them to be, and like everyone expects them to be every single season, and they're actually good this year, and say we're in like week 12 and we're like
Easton's.
I don't know, three losses. No, this is where I'm coming with it.
Oh, okay.
Sign Phillip Rivers for the playoff run. Sign him, have him as our
Ooh.
backup to mentor Herbert through the playoff.
Ooh.
He said he wants to come back at the end of the year after the high
And
school
win a ring
Yeah.
finally.
and win a ring. So there you go. Come on,
That would
mentor
be.
Herbert,
That
Take.
fairy tale.
take him.
Just-
But I feel like you might be
Yeah.
jinxing yourself if you do that, like really hard.
Yeah.
Setting up
Like,
Herbert.
so, okay, so, Mike, 49ers Chargers, Easton Stick was the best quarterback on the field.
Yes, he was. Chase Daniel was awful.
What I was saying, so I was actually going to do a video on this. I ended up just not having time today, just about how Jimmy Garoppolo has lost all of his confidence. If you watch that game, what was he, he was 1 for 2?
I hate
Or-
to make these types of takes in preseason, though. You have to put
Yeah.
it in the NFL game first.
I mean,
Lance started
again,
shaky too, and we were live for that game, so I was talking a lot of
Yeah.
mess to the 49ers fan that was in the stream.
You can
Yeah.
only
But-
take out of preseason what the players are putting in, and honestly, you can't really make a big judgment about it because you don't know which players are going to be on the field for the first team. So
Mhm.
you can make what you want out of Marquez Callaway doing crazy.
no,
but-
but that was first of all, that was against a 42.45 million corner and Shaquem Griffin, so
That
it
was-
wasn't against a nobody. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that, but you can take what you want from that. But the fact of the matter is, if Michael Thomas comes back, he might see 15% of snaps this season. So
Yeah. I mean, losing Sanders and I mean, really, the receiving core in New Orleans was very good, and it's just like barren now. Like, there's no if
I
Michael
don't
Thomas
understand
doesn't play, I
why
think
it
their
It
wide
was
receiver.
it was never.
What were
very
you gonna
good.
say about Easton Stick?
Me?
Yeah,
I don't
you
know
were
what I was gonna say. I was just gonna say he was good. Oh no, at the beginning I was saying so. I was saying I thought you were gonna say at the end, like if they're playoff bound and you know last game and Easton Stick just like throws for like,
Oh no,
like 300 yards.
Chase Daniel's gonna be the backup.
Chase Daniel?
He's gonna be the backup.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know he got signed. I thought he was still on the Lions. Yeah,
He's
feel like-
listed as QB2. He actually played in that game. He played awful.
yeah, he's not very
he's-
good.
Chase
He's
Daniel's
not,
the ba-
but the reason they got him is because he's a veteran that's going to
Mm.
help Herbert with the clipboard and all that kind of stuff.
Because Stick was drafted this year in the 5th round, right? From where?
No,
on the
last
team.
year.
Rivers. He's been on the team for like this is his 4th season, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, he.
so okay. I got the 5th round. I know is right. I
Yeah.
just think I got the year.
Everyone's messaging me about Stick, and I'm like, he's our third string quarterback.
Yeah.
Even last year, he was the 3rd string quarterback behind Tyrod Taylor and Justin Herbert as a rookie on the
Yeah.
depth chart.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a backup quarterback. He shows flashes in the preseason every year.
Yeah.
Don't text me.
Yeah.
there's no
yeah.
You got number 10.
Yeah. Mike, real question. So I know you do the Madden or no, the fantasy team rankings for your followers. How many DMs you get a day? Or like from that?
It's slowed down because I've slowed down on it, and I apologize to everyone. It's just I was busy. But
it's hard being Mike on the mic.
Total, I've gotten like 725 messages.
What?
I get probably like 10 a day.
How do you respond to us? Like, how do you see our mess? Are they all requests?
Yeah, so they come in as requests, so that helps out a lot.
So that's
they
not
come in
that
as requests unless they follow me, and I follow them back already.
Yeah.
So like they come in as requests, and then what I do is I record like 10 days worth in one sitting, and then put them all. That's why it slowed down recently because I ran out of that amount that I had built up. And over that 10 days, I get all the requests. So that way, when it's done and I'm ready to record a bunch of new ones, I go into my requests and start pulling.
Yeah.
I mean, 25 sitting in my thing right now. If you want to grade some.
Yeah, I mean, if there's an efficient creator, I don't know how you do all that because the TikTok, the Warzone, gotta give you some respect.
All right, I'd love to stay with you guys, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have to cut my time short here.
All right, Dylan.
See you guys. As always, argue with me. My Instagram is Dylan_Shalom. If you disagree with me, you want that smoke, I got you.
All right, so we'll see you, Dylan.
Dylan.
Oh.
I was very impressed with this topic transitions.
Yeah, I know, me too.
We would talk for 5 minutes, and he'd be like, "Yeah, and Drew Lock."
Yeah. He doesn't care because, like, at the end of the day, like, if I were to do that, it would be like, oh wait, like they're talking about something. Dylan doesn't care. He's point to point. Yeah, there it is. But oh god.
Anyways,
man,
I can pull up some teams if you want to grade them.
Yeah. Let's. Sir, do you want to do that? Pull up some fantasy teams. Mike, do you have 20 more minutes until we hit 2 hours to stay on, or do you? Again, I know you're on live shows all the time, so whenever you need to hop off.
Minutes. Let me ask my boss. Rose, can I do 20 more minutes? Oh man. Anyways, let's see. Ben Watson. Oh wait, he didn't actually send one. All right, this guy's name is Port Yellow. His QB is Dak Prescott.
Okay,
his running back core is CMC and Najee Harris. I don't know how he pulled this off actually. Diggs and Calvin Ridley are his wide. This has got to be a 6-man team.
4-man.
Maybe. Diggs and Ridley are his wide receivers. Hawkinson at tight end. Ayuk at flex, and then Washington is his defense.
Yeah, that's got because we. Yeah, that's
4-man.
got. That's.
I get a lot of those.
Yeah.
Like this one has. All right, here. This one's a little bit better. Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. CMC at running back. Darrell Henderson at running back.
Okay.
Wide receivers are Ty Lockett and DJ Moore. Tight end George Kittle. It cuts off right there. So that's his base.
Yeah, that's a good team.
What do you think? I think that's probably.
I think
like
that's balanced well. You can tell he didn't go for one position mainly.
I wonder who's flex.
I'm guessing he probably went.
Oh, there's another. His flex is Cortland Sutton.
That's good. That's not a bad team. Because Sutton's someone who's a sleeper this year. Because he's very good.
Yeah, coming off the ACL injury, it's a bit of a question mark though.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I also get people who send me like these super pixelated pictures, and they're like, "Hey, can you put me on the Madden cover?" And it's like, I can't do it with this one. I can't do it with this one, man. This picture's awful. All right, here's another one. We'll do one more here. Justin Herbert at quarterback. CMC and Joe Mixon at the running backs. DK and Adam Thielen at the wide receivers. TJ Hawkinson again at tight end. Jacobs in his flags. This is a good team.
Yeah.
49ers defense.
Yeah.
This is probably like this is a really high team.
Yeah.
I love seeing the running back, the workhorse running back like a Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
Or like a DeAndre Swift even in the flex if Swift is going to be the workhorse. And then pair him with two really good running backs. Like I feel like that's 60 points right there. CMC, Joe Mixon, Josh Jacobs. Like right there. Pair in that he got Metcalf and Herbert also. Those are both point getters. Thielen is just probably like a guy. He's like, I need someone to play wide receiver too.
I actually was going to ask you, Mike. So my take is we post our top 10 receivers today. My take was Adam Thielen is the smartest receiver in the league. What do you think? What's your stance on that?
I don't even like smartest receiver. Like,
because I mean, look at his red zone production. 12 touchdowns last year.
Yeah.
I feel like he does everything at a high level. Yeah.
He's finding holes in the defense. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that to an extent. He really can shift his game. I know he's a little bit bigger than him, but as he ages, with his lack of speed, maybe lack of just pure God-given gifts that some of these other guys like DK, who's on this roster, is given.
Yeah.
Look at what Julian Edelman did at the end of his career.
Yeah.
Yes, he was banged up, he was hurt, he was old, all the above. But this guy turned into a quarterback's best friend. He became elite at reading defenses as if he is a quarterback. I know he played quarterback in college or something.
Yeah.
And he almost always was in the zone, like in the hole in the zone at that first level for Brady to get the ball to those last couple of years. I think Thielen can be something like that. Let Jefferson be the star. Jefferson is built and ready to be a star wide receiver. I know they lost Diggs and it sucks, but Jefferson, I think, is going to be on Diggs' level in a couple of years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
And according to
Thielen
PFF, he's better than Diggs now.
Understand his role and be amazing at it. Be Julian Edelman for the Vikings. It'd be perfect.
Yeah, that's actually again, Edelman, another smart receiver. Another someone who knows. In terms of impact, it's just you don't notice it as much. But if there was one player that was the reason they made that comeback against the Falcons, you have to look at Adam Thielen. Obviously, Tom Brady, blah, blah, blah. But, that catch, that bobbling catch falling, ridiculous.
He's a veterans QB's BFFL.
Yes. Yeah.
It's better. It's like a really consistent tight end, like a Jared Cook or like a Greg Olsen, someone like that.
Yeah, Jared Cook.
Sneakily good. You don't really think about him too much.
So what's the deal for Jared Cook with the not the Rams, the Chargers?
He's our tight end one.
Yeah, but yeah. And again, the Chargers and Rams share SoFi. Okay, good. That's a
stadium.
ridiculous stadium. You've been to it, right?
I went to it for the first time at that scrimmage that I was talking about. And when you walk in, it's cool. So like the level that you walk in at, ground level, they dug underground to build the field and everything. So when you walk in, you're walking in from the top.
Oh.
When you walk in, it's like looking into a spaceship or something.
Oh,
you get a whole view of the whole stadium.
Wow.
Walk up to the field. It's super awesome, dude. And on the inside of the stadium, it looks like a movie theater. Or
because there's that thing, TV thing around.
Like all kinds of cool stuff. And when you get inside, you feel like you're in a spaceship. And it's intimidating almost when you compare Qualcomm, where I'm used to going, in Diego, to this.
Yeah.
Or any LA, like the Rose Bowl and the Coliseum are nothing compared to
those are
Stadium.
Yeah, because that one was, when did they start building that? They started building that
in like 16, 17 before they even had a team ready to go.
Oh,
Between the Rams, Chargers, and Raiders, they were all debating which one was going to come to LA.
Right.
So
Right.
because
the Rams were St. Louis, oh my God, that's so crazy.
They were supposed to open up in 2020, but the pandemic set it back a whole year. Crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so
they played in it last year, but it was ready for fans and everything after the pandemic this year. If there was no pandemic, 2020 would have been filled with SoFi Stadium fans.
So I don't know why the Chargers played in SoFi this year, like this season. They did. Oh, I don't know why. Yeah,
it's their home last year, and the Rams too. Now it's gonna be their home with fans at least.
Yeah. Are you planning? I'm assuming. Are you planning to go to any games?
Yeah, I'm booked already to go. Like I have my tickets for the Chiefs Chargers Week 15.
Ooh.
That's gonna be great.
That's gonna be crazy.
The playoff hunt. And it's great. Hopefully, the quarterbacks are both healthy for that. Because I want to look this up in person. But
I'm like, season tickets for Chargers are probably insanely expensive, right?
Insane.
Like ridiculous.
I'm so lucky. One of Tony Tucker's brother-in-law, he has season tickets that are 15 rows up from the field. So that's where we sat for the scrimmage. So anytime like there's events and everything, he slides those to Tony for me and Tony to go to, because we're both Chargers fans. It's pretty cool. During the season, I'm gonna try and cop me some.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome. Maybe I'll go to like an underrated game. If a crappy team comes to town, the tickets will be a little cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, watching an NFL game is watching an NFL game.
It's gonna be shocking though, because in Qualcomm, I was stationed in San Diego for a year also, and it was $8 to go to those games.
Wow.
I went to a Jaguars Chargers game. Danny Woodhead had 3 touchdowns in the game. It was one of my favorite games I've ever been to. For $8. Which is great.
Hard to imagine an NFL game.
And I went to a third. I went to a Thursday night football game. It was Chargers Broncos when they were doing like the color rush stuff. It was super cool.
Yeah.
And Trevor Simeon, that was like his debut as the starting quarterback, and he was awful.
Awful.
It was
Yeah.
so much fun.
Yeah.
It was like $15 to go to a prime time.
That's
NFL
crazy.
game. Yeah.
What's up, 49ers media? Good to see you.
Ask any questions.
Yeah, what I'm trying to think, because the only game I've been to is the Jets and Giants always have their preseason game, and I went for a friend once, and I wasn't a fan, or I wasn't doing this then. So yeah, I would say I will hopefully go to a Giants game this season, but yeah, I'm and in terms of NFL, I mean, like, so Mike, in terms of training camp, were you able to just go? Like, could you just go, or did you have to pay tickets to go, or you were just able to go and watch?
No, training camp for the Chargers, you just go.
That's yeah.
And for the Rams too, we just went. It was super cool, man.
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey and Robert Woods got into like a little competition and one-on-ones right in front of us. Like,
yeah, because I know you posted a TikTok. I blew up on that, right? Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey was locking his ass.
Yeah, he's crazy. Yeah, I know.
But
because I was.
Like opponents, they're doing joint scrimmages with the Cowboys and joint scrimmages with the Raiders, and Jalen Ramsey wasn't doing so hot, I guess.
Oh.
Wasn't trying.
Yeah, that's not.
CD had like got one play though where he absolutely cooked him.
Yeah, Ramsey's not doing well for my corner. Who do you think is the best corner in the league, Mike?
I think it's Ramsey.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Sir
thinks it's Jair. All three of the other people on our channel think it's Jair.
I think Jalen Ramsey's one of the best corners ever.
Yeah.
But he's just get the accolades behind him now.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's fair. Is that
like when you see him in person, he's like the size of a huge wide receiver. Like he's DK's size or Julio Jones' size. But he's like when he's in his stance, I play corner. So usually they get you to kind of get a little bit lower than a receiver so you can jab the inside of his pads while you're on the press really easily. With him, he's in his stance and he's looking eye to eye with Robert Woods.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he's crouched over like this, like looking eye to eye with Woods. We're 5.
Yeah. Yeah, see, Mike, we're very alike. Cornerback's my favorite position also. I love playing. I wouldn't say, well, first of all, I play with my friends. I've never played football, which again is playing football definitely helps with this. But I love playing corner. It's I can tell. Like, so wait, so Mike, you played semi-pro or like?
Yeah, it's their pros. It's Japan's They have a thing called the not XFL. It's called X League, Japanese football league. And I was out there for my military service, and we had a downtime where we were going to be in port for like 9 months or something. I was so I found out about this team through a friend who was trying out to be their quarterback. He said, "Hey, you want to come try out with me and try it out?" And I said, "What positions do they need?" And he said, "Well, they're only looking for quarterback and offensive linemen, but I'm sure like you could run routes as like a receiver or something and maybe catch their eye." So I went, and they already had receivers and everything, but what they actually needed for the drill was cornerbacks to guard the receivers. And I don't know why, but that was just my day. Those guys were all like way more talented than me. They're all like 1, 2 former college players.
Oh wow!
But that was my day, and I caught a few breaks, and I made a few interceptions, made a few squat downs on their better receivers.
Wow!
And the coach just like pulled me aside and said, "Hey man, you want to come to tomorrow's practice? You're on the team."
So are those? Do you get paid for that? Again, I don't mean to. If
no, I can't. I couldn't get legally. I couldn't get paid because I was in the military. But the Japanese players on the team got paid. Wow. And it was actually cool. They all wanted to be on our team because the team I played for was the city that I was stationed in, Yokosuka. And we would go to Tokyo. We would go all these places and play these other teams.
That's awesome.
But the players on our team, the way it works is they split the ticket sales at the gate.
Oh, okay.
On a Japanese team that's like almost all Japanese players, they have to split it much more ways. On our team that only had like 7 Japanese players, they got some fat checks to play with it. Because we couldn't accept any of it if we were in the military.
So were there a good amount of fans at those games, or like good amount, not like?
Hit and miss. It depends where we play. We played in the Tokyo Dome, and it was loaded up. And they were booing us. They were rooting for the other team. We were playing one of Japan's bigger teams.
Wow.
And they took it to us too. I think the final was like 35-24. Wow. Or something like that. Like they that was one of the 3 times we took L's in my 3 seasons playing.
You played
Anyways,
3
I got
seasons?
To play. Yeah, I got to play for 3 seasons. My middle season, I was in and out on my ship, so I only played like 4 out of the 12 games that year. But
Okay.
the other 2, I think I played 9 my final season. But I got to play like a 9 consecutive thing. I got to play the last 9 weeks of the year. And then the first year I was here, I played the full season, and it was my rookie year. So that was a lot of fun.
Defensive player of the year, defensive rookie of the year.
I don't know if they give out awards or not out there.
Yeah.
I didn't hear.
Are you still in contact with any of the people?
Yeah. My coach didn't tell me, and when I came home, he sent my tape out to like Arena Football League team, just different like smaller leagues.
Oh wow.
And I actually got drafted by a team in Louisville or something. I got an email and a call and everything asking if I wanted to go and play football. And I was like, bro, I haven't played football in 3 months. I've been eating nothing but Wingstop. I'm like 6 months from being in shape to play. And they're like, oh, you can play linebacker. And I'm like, no, I ain't about that.
I'm also, you would have to go to Louisville.
I would have had to move. I'm not gonna move.
I don't know if I would want to go to Louisville.
It was a grand a game, the salary.
Oh, okay.
Grand game for 10 game season.
Oh, okay.
But there was a caveat, because I got all the info just in case I changed my mind. There was a caveat that if I get hurt or if I miss the game for any reason, nope, don't get a dime.
Oh.
So like I could have went out there and played in the first quarter and messed myself up, and that was it. I just wasted my entire
whatever your life moving to Louisville.
Go there.
At least you would have been able to see Lamar Jackson play in college, and that would have been nice.
This is in the NFL already. This was recent. This was like a year and a half.
Oh wow. So wait, when did you get off military duty?
I came back in April of 2020.
Oh, so wow, so really recent. Okay. And when did you get drafted, or you enrolled yourself?
What
into military?
Oh, in the military?
Yeah.
No, they don't do drafts right now, man. You don't have to worry.
Yeah, I don't know why I said draft.
You have to volunteer to go.
Yeah.
When I was 18,
Okay.
I went and started getting in my second semester. What do they call it in high school? They don't call it semesters, do they?
Yeah. It's like
Second
quarters.
half?
There's 4 quarters. It depends on what school.
I called it quarters. They called it something else. But
Yeah.
my second half of senior year, I spent getting into the military. So I went through their physicals, their trainings, their testing, all the stuff that they do. And then I sat for 6 months and then went to boot camp after I graduated.
Wow.
So I was gone from from 2016 to 2020.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah, I know. People are shocked when like I tell them all this, and then they're like, "Well, how old are you? Are you like 30?" No, I'm 24. I just turned 20.
Yeah, like you're because I know. Because like, so are you and like you met Joe and Tony like through this, right?
Yeah, so me and Joe met. We were being recruited by something called the Ryan Sports Network that they were trying to set up, and they recruited everyone, and everyone was like they knew each other, so everyone had their own shows that they were already planned, except for me and Joe Morley. And then me and Joe Morley were like, "Oh, we're gonna make the best show out of these guys. Like, we're gonna show them that they should have chose us as their co-host." So we created the first episode, the first pilot of Friday Night Wars.
Yeah.
And then from there, we created Welcome to the War Zone, and then from there, we created the War Zone Sports Network. We met Tony completely separate on an app called Sports Me. They probably hit you up before.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we tried that out for a little while and worked with them for a little while, and that's where we met Tony, and we just took him from them.
Yeah.
And now it's us.
Yeah. All right, Mike, I do not want to hold you on for too long. This was a ton of fun. Obviously, we will have you on again. But Mike, before we get off, where can they find you? Where are you at on social media, YouTube, everything like that?
Yeah, for my personal stuff, just look for the Mike on the Mike Sports Instagram page. That's really all I'm focused on. TikTok. If you don't find me, I'm gonna find you soon. Don't worry. And then just check out your For You page. There's probably something on there right now. I just posted like a MJ versus LeBron debate.
Okay.
So coming to your For You page very soon. And then for our network, go to the Warzone Sports Network YouTube channel. It's the center of everything. We're posting twice a day. We had 2 live streams today. We'll have 2 live streams tomorrow. We're doing the NFC East preview tomorrow, and me, Tony, and Joe, we all have 3 different teams winning that division, so that's gonna be a really fun
that'll be fun.
go at it. So Warzone Sports Network on YouTube is the big one.
Go check it out, guys. You heard it here. Well, Mike, thank you so much for coming on. As I said, we will definitely do it again. And
Thank
yeah,
you guys for having me. And save that clip of me saying, "Do not give up on this." If you guys ever have any doubts,
we won't.
play it.
Whoa.
You cannot give up on this. Okay.
We won't. We
Don't-
won't. And I'm sure
Thank
Mike
you.
will. All right, Mike. All right. Well, I'm sure we'll be in touch for a long time. So you can tell us in the future not to give up on it.
Yeah.
Up on it then. All right.
Cool.
We'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching.